welcome. I did it. I didn't leave it on mute. Did you see that, guys? Are you all proud of me? Hello and welcome. We are, thank you for joining us to the Wandering Isles. We are Flying Orc. Thank you so much. We are without Richard today, so you will find that our overlay is super different and fancy. So let me introduce our boys. They are not here. How did that happen? Okay, perfect. I will get that fixed. In the meantime,
we're hiding.
I'll sort that out in the meantime. All right, so
we're not really here. He's just talking to himself.
It's a mystery, how that just happened. I'm not.
We're all
sure
ghosts.
Where you are? Let me pull that back in. It is just Daddy DM. I'm sorry. So it is I, Daddy DM, and for the moment, I'm going to introduce the boys one at a time. And while I do that, I'm going to bring their cameras in like some kind of fancy man. So we'll start with Ryan. Give me the old intro, a Rooney there, if you don't mind. And Popal. Oh, it worked. I am the DM.
Awesome.
It's your world. We're just living in it.
That's right. Yeah. Holy crap.
Hi guys, I'm Ryan, aka Deranged Rhino, as most of you will probably know by now. And this evening I will be playing a Majana Bloodfist. She is a person of some description. I'm not going to say the race because I know that Rory's still trying to work it out.
Person of some description.
Yeah.
Varying heights, varying weight.
Yeah.
Just some person of some description.
She's a female badass that flew off of the balcony on the last episode.
Why did Rory disappear on Rhino?
Only
the highest quality tech production here today. What is happening?
Rory appearing on me, that's kind of a dream I've had for a while.
I'm into it. Yeah.
We're all into it. We'll watch it.
It's just become a different stream altogether.
What is happening?
Sandwich, I'm coming.
I mean, I wouldn't mind, but I just set this up 25 minutes ago.
Rory's face is every character all night. That's it.
Yeah, Rory, you're going to be RPing hard tonight.
I'm into it. I can do it.
Speaking of Rory, Ryan, if you're finished, I'll jump over to Mr. Rory.
Good.
How are you, my friend? Oh, I scripted in as well. This is I'm confused by everything that's happening here. I'm so sorry.
Nothing but the most professional services here.
Should we just start the stream again? Just cancel it. We'll come back next Wednesday. All right. Thank you for joining us.
Delete the VOD and re-go again.
Yeah. I leave this stuff in the VOD whenever I screw anything up. It's always in the VOD and it's always in the podcast as well.
Once you sort it out, we can redo it all for YouTube. It's fine.
I will actually jump to Kian first. I'm sorry, Rory, because I just skipped him. I'm so sorry. Kian, my friend, introduce yourself and your character and vamp for 10 minutes.
Dámy a páni, dobrý večer a witajcie na naszym kanale. Welcome to our channel. That was Slovak.
Of course. Why wouldn't it be Slovak?
Why wouldn't it be?
He's been listening to podcasts all week just to learn that.
Hi everyone, I'm Kian. You can also find me over on TikTok. I am pursuing a personal goal of hitting 5,000 followers on TikTok. So if you have a channel, please
check it out. As if by magic, his TikTok username post just went under his name. You can copy and paste it. Kian Griffin 6, number 6 specifically. He is not the first, second, third, fourth, or fifth.
Yes, I don't know where the first 5 went to or why they stole my name, but it's a thing. Yeah.
Well, technically, you stole their name, right? You came 6th.
Shut up. Anyway.
Okay, he told the DM to shut up. All right, that's in my notes for today.
Tonight I'm playing Dash, who will not get murdered by the DM, I hope.
Oh, I've got some evil in store for you, my friend.
Delightful. I mean, it's not as if I have like a potentially treacherous task ahead of me in this evening's episode.
One that you accepted the challenge of doing.
Look, you gave me a moral dilemma. I went a certain way. What can I say?
You followed the woman. What can you
expect? Yeah. It's everything in a nutshell. Perfect job.
It tracks. I literally moved across the country for a woman, so, you know, it just tracks with who I am.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, that was some sort of warped intro. I'm Kian. Good to see you all.
Yeah.
All right, I'm jumping to Rory on that note. Rory, I'm back to you, my friend. I'm so sorry. Rory, how are you, my friend?
Gunbawa watashi no maneha desu Rory. My name is Rory, and I play the character Eos, who's going to be having some wonderful adventures this evening, hopefully not die.
The final adventure is always a good one.
As you'll see below my name, I stream games.
Not only do you stream, sir, you hit affiliate this week. Congratulations. Amazing.
I hit affiliate.
We're also
Thank you for all the help to all the boys here. It's fantastic. It's wonderful. Check him out if you want to. If you don't worry about it. I'm happy to be here. Let's get into it.
Hell yeah. Busy, my friend. Nope, wrong hand. Who are you?
You're a
Mein Name ist Busy Bee und weil alle hier in allen möglichen fanzigen Sprachen am Quatschen sind, habe ich gedacht, ich nehme einfach mal Deutsch, weil das ist meine Muttersprache und das macht das Ganze für mich viel einfacher. Ich würde es ja begrüßen, wenn die anderen alle Deutsch lernen und wir die ganze Kampagne auf Deutsch machen, aber so ist es leider nicht. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Busy Bee and I'm playing Hatsu Toshitsugu. And yeah, you can see me live on twitch.tv/BusyBee, where I'm killing some pixels, most of the time with Mr. Roper himself and Mr. Nessie, who's the mod in the fucking chat. But a lot of times solo as well. So if you enjoy FPS, if you enjoy Apex Legends, hop on over Tuesdays and Thursdays, 19 p.m. GMT +2.
Got that German summertime going on. Mr. John. How are you, my friend? You're looking good. You're looking happy.
Oh, you know, it's another exciting day in this place that I live. It's me, it's your boy, it's Thaco Bear. Mein Auto ist kaputt.
Perfect. I mean, nailed it. Taco Bear, if you want to follow him, it is a 0, not an O. I can't get a nicer font for that. Chat is like
Yeah,
John
but
is Bay. John is Bay.
Yeah, that is true. It is true. No, that the O is there just to the 0 is there just to make sure that we're dealing with OG nerds.
Hell yeah.
These youngsters don't know what dial-up was all about. They didn't know what a rotary phone was. They didn't go uphill both ways in the snow to school. No, they don't know what it takes to hit armor class 0. They don't know. Yeah, no. It's right. It's a test. Test 1.
They don't even know what 3rd edition is.
Get off my lawn, you nerds.
I just want to point out that I actually have a rotary phone downstairs.
Nice.
Because you're old as shit.
Actually, I would understand that you got that. Yeah. I'm still kind of hung up on the fact that I was so happy I unpushed the mute button. I had set it up to do it automatically and it finally worked, and then I didn't do the cameras. This is one day. This is going to be a seamless event.
One step at a time, my guy. One step at a time.
It's going to be the very last episode of the whole campaign.
We'll make it, yeah. Like it's become a whole thing. Like, will he do it for the last session, and then it just turns out that Rory took over and did it or something. Perfect. I think that's everybody introduced. My name is Ken. I am the DM. I am Daddy DM. I go by many names. None of them voluntary. You can find me here. Flying Orc. Flying Orc is me. Flying Orc. But we're all Flying Orc, so you can find us all here. But specifically in places that our social manager is going to tell you about right now. Did that work? Is that a good transition? Hell yeah.
That'll do. Yes, absolutely. So we are on all our relevant social media platforms. We are on TikTok, we are on Twitter, we are on Instagram, and most importantly, we have a community Discord, which we would love for you to join. The links will appear magically in the chat over whatever direction the chat is. Yeah, it'll be coming shortly. Anyway, yes, Discord, come chat with us, come play games with us, come join in the voice chat with us. We love our Discord. There's always someone in there hanging out. We have lots of different groups. We have, retro gaming groups or OG great gaming groups. There's things to talk about. Critical Role, Dimension 20. If you're into the other ones,
you are like doing lots of stuff in at the moment, which is awesome.
Yes. So if you're into your fitness or you want to get fit, you can join into that group. There's sports groups, and one of my favorite ones is the pet channel that we have, where Mr. Rory is forever showing in pictures of his pets. We love it.
I love Mr. Spock. I love Belle. They're
just makes my day. Also, we are in podcast format, and we forgot to mention last week, but we debuted at #1 in Ireland in the sci-fi category,
which is amazing because I didn't know we were in the sci-fi category. Someone sent me an email. It was like, "Hey, you're #1 in the sci-fi category." I was like, "Why?"
It's all Rory's doing.
And Rory's just pushing us to Spelljammer. I can feel it.
Yeah.
Hey, Wandering Eyes one shot in space.
In space.
Also, we have our Patreon. There is a huge update coming soon. We have some character videos which are in the works. We've seen a couple of the previews. They are amazing. Spectacular work done by Mr. Rory and Mr. Busy. I'm still listening to the sounds on repeat because they're an absolute jam. They all have different vibes. They all fit the character so well. It is fantastic. We cannot wait for you to see those. And yes, we are, as well as Mr. Rory, who's an affiliate on Twitch. we here are also affiliates on Twitch, and we can also receive members on YouTube. YouTube members will gain access to our uploads as soon as they go up, rather than waiting until next week. So get subscribing. And new to the channel, we have channel points. Click them or dice. I didn't want to say the other word because that felt a bit too harsh.
Aye.
Yeah, a bit too harsh. Dice.
Dice.
Click. We have channel points.
Roll
You
the
can do
die.
things with channel points.
You
Click
can
them.
literally roll the die with channel points.
You can literally roll the die with channel points. And I just want to take a personal moment to shout out to Mr. Richard, who is missing this evening. He is getting married on Friday.
Hell yeah.
So
finally did it.
Someone wants him.
finally did it.
Oh my god.
Yes. Yeah. So, just congratulations, Richard. I'm sure you're watching, or you'll be watching back. So, congratulations to you and your beautiful wife. It's been a pleasure to know you guys for the last while. So, for those of you who don't know, I've worked with Richard's wife for quite a while, and my partner works with Richard's wife as well. So, we're well connected. I know Richard through the wife. Yes. Ken also works with her, as does Rory. So, it's just an absolute pleasure to see you guys kind of tied it out and continue on your journey, and I can't wait to see you do it officially on Friday. I mean, I've considered you guys husband and wife forever anyway, but yeah, just wanted to take a moment to say congratulations and wish you all the best.
He gave me so much notice for this as well, because like we were doing the preamble for this, where we were like doing, like I was doing interviews with people to see who would be a good fit for the show, whatever. We were doing all this stuff, and he was like, I might be missing on this week, is that okay? And I was like, yeah, that's fine. And then we were like 2 sessions in, like, just a reminder, I told you we're going to be missing this week. I'm like, that's fine. And he's like, the week before, just as a reminder, I told you. I'm like, yes, Richard, you're okay. It's a good reason to miss. You're fine.
Yeah, that'll do. Casting ceremony IRL.
That's it. Life happens, and it's a good thing when it does. I like this. I'm very happy for him. Major congratulations. We will consider how to reward him for such things, because this is typically once in a lifetime event.
Generally,
I imagine for
yeah.
them. I imagine for them it will be so.
As a
Yeah.
direct difference to what Kian said, I'm going to say congrats to Richard's soon-to-be wife and your beautiful husband. He's
Oh, yeah, look at that
like
go.
that.
Nice.
I'm here for it.
Ryan
Well,
wants to be
yeah.
second wife. I like it.
Yeah, very good.
Congratulations to both of them. They're both beautiful and amazing
They're
people.
both beautiful, wonderful people, and I think that concludes my
Without Richard
announcement.
here, we're going to be down like 3 clips this week as well, so bear with us in socials, because that guy is funny as fuck.
He is like just quiet for 10 minutes and then out of nowhere, comedic genius.
Yeah, like, but for no reason. He's super quiet, and then all of a sudden it's just like comedy gold, super quiet. Love it.
At my expense. If you haven't seen the clip from last week, watch on YouTube.
Or TikTok.
I think most of the clips are at your expense.
Wow, that's a clip. Somebody clip that.
Or you can have your inspiration, my friend. And as for the rest of you, we're going to jump in. If you want to see the extended intro that Roy made painstakingly, and he did a lot of work on it, please go to our YouTube and check it out. And
Before you go too far, our production manager.
Oh yeah, I got one.
Sorry, right. Let me just check our notes here. Production manager, right. Sorry. Ryan, my friend, it appears there's something you would like to say as well.
I mean, I don't have to, but like, we
Someone
might as
else
well
just
since
run
over
this.
here.
I'm just
Yeah.
going home.
We're so professional out here.
God damn it. Ryan, my friend.
So yeah, just a couple of quick announcements. Obviously, as you know, we run the games every Wednesday, usually 7 o'clock when we don't mess up the tech stuff and that kind of stuff, and on to the rest of the evening. Thursday nights, though, we have our interview series, Metagaming. Tomorrow, I will be back as your host. I'm sorry I wasn't here last week, but Roper did a fantastic job, and John was fucking fabulous as ever. And don't forget, if you want to see that and all the others that have happened so far as well, jump over to the YouTube there as they get released, so you'll be able to check them out. And they go up on 7 p.m. GMT +1 on Thursday, so they go up the following week as we record the next show. Tomorrow, I'm going to be joined.
Members get them right away when they get edited and uploaded.
There you go. Tomorrow I am going to be joined. It's going to be 8:30 tomorrow. That's the most important thing to let you know, is it's going to be a bit later tomorrow because we have to wait for Kian to get his ass back home because, you know, he's sporty and he does all that kind of crap and we have to wait. But if we're lucky, we might get to see a nice sweaty Dash tomorrow evening at 8:30.
What do you mean tomorrow? Like, Dash is gonna
It's
sweat this evening.
Roasted to them.
So yeah, if you've got any questions towards Kian regarding himself or Dash, feel free to put them in chat. come over to the Discord, drop them in there, and I'll make sure to ask him as many as possible. I know one of the questions coming up is going to be, how the fuck do you get your beard so sculpted? But we'll get round to that tomorrow when we speak to him. Then on Friday at 5 p.m. GMT +1, we have Zero to Hero. That's right. We have Daddy DM back with his general tutorials and discussions about different subjects. This week is going to be to discuss Hero Forge, how to make minis, tips, tricks, and everything you could use on Hero Forge to make your tokens that little bit better. And if you're very lucky, you might see some sneak peeks of maybe our own characters, ones that Roper's created for us. You'll have to tune in to find out though, and of course you'll have to come back into the Discord and let us know why Amadriana is your favourite.
Might do
That's
a
everything
contest
from
on
me.
Patreon at some point to help people make a token or something. That might be a good idea. Do something like that.
Yeah.
Send feedback if that's something you want. You can do it. We can make it happen. We would like to. It'd be our pleasure. But for
And
now,
eventually, hopefully we'll have our STL files on the Patreon for people to be able to
That's a good
purchase and stuff.
yeah.
So they can
Not
have
even
their own
necessarily-
versions of us.
But here's what we're going to do. We're now going to jump into the video, and if you want to see the extended video that Rory did, you can check out our YouTube. I will press play on this. This is our 1-minute intro, and then we will jump straight into the game. Thank you so much for your patience while I tweaked with the tech, and for those in the podcast that have no idea what just happened, good. Enjoy. Did it work? It worked! And we're not on mute. This is a great day. I only fucked up one thing. Welcome in, boys.
So far.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate that you doubled up on that as well. Take that inspiration back.
Fine.
John, my friend, do you have a recap for us?
Well, I mean, we're gonna be doing this live, so bear with me as I channel my inner poetry for Neanderthals and try and read this as if Weslin was trying to explain to you all what happened in last session. Okay. There were more tests last time. Eos was in a maze where there were marks on the walls, and she used spells to call fire and flood fear down the halls. And when the walls came down, she was in a mudroom with one light to guide her out. And then she did good and was free of the test. I had a test in the woods at the edge where the light and dark make gray shapes. And there was a voice, and it said, I would have great gifts and hold me to sleep. And I did. But when I woke, I did not pass the test and was now more old than I was then. And my mind was full of clouds. Slate, his test was in a place we had once seen, a grand hall with rich folk, but he took off his clothes and had green skin and turned his face in the face of Dash and tried to steal what Dash stole from Decker. He stole the gem from Decker, and the test was good, but he still had no clothes on then. Hatsu, his test was back at home, where he met his kin who asked him to race her, and he did flips in the air and threw stars and ran fast to beat her to the place they went. He showed great speed and skill, but his air flip to the ground with fists on the ground was not quite right. So he did it again. Did it once more when the test was done. Then all the group went to have a feast, and they shared this feast and spoke of their tests. And then Dash in his room found Lissa, who had bad hair, and she said, "We shall steal from the boat." And Dash said, "Yes, I will join you." But they did not go until deep in the night. Eos asked Hatsu to fight, and Hatsu said yes. And they went to the beach to fight to the death. And as Dash and Lissa went to be thieves with the night sky dark up there, a Madriana from her place saw them and asked if she should go and join them. So she jumped down, and wings burst from her back, and she fell soft like snow to the ground and moved to join them, but they did not yet see her. So now there is a fight between Hatsu and Eos to the death. And Dash will be a thief with Alyssa, and Madriana, she moves to both on the beach. The end.
Yep, that was a retelling.
You're
that was
welcome.
a recap. That was long.
That was
Good. That's the longest
Slam
intro that
poetry.
all of them put together. Yeah, it was like slam poetry. It was
Oh.
great.
Now do it in wild speak so that we can, Adriana can hear it normally.
Ooh.
The podcast.
Only
I have to
done
remember
twice.
to like put that on like X2 speed or something.
That was like he
a
did
lot.
all that in his voice. That's incredible.
Yeah, that's
So you could see the effort to try and cut down the syllables.
yeah, to try and think of what to do next. Yeah, I can see it. But yeah,
That's just hard.
we
Yeah.
are in, and so with that, we are going to kick things off. But who to jump to first? Will it be
Fight,
Hatsu and
fight.
Eos to watch them fight? Will it be Westland by the woods? Will it be a Madriana racing on a beach, or will I just jump straight into Dash and try and kill him? All right, here we go, Dash.
Oh,
What? So Dash, you approach the boat that may or may not be living in the Eyes of Westland, with Lissa at your side. You are not... It's not like a thing that you're normally kind of afraid when you go into like a situation where you can rob someone, but you're never typically robbing someone who literally creates security. Like, this person has a lot to offer, but you also have a lot to lose in doing this. Madriana, are you making yourself known?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm watching them, I'm trading them, I'm not being noticed.
Dash, how do we want to approach this?
well, can't think of anything better than our usual. I go to the front door and be the handsome distraction as always. You find a way to sneak in the back. Don't take anything of great value because, well, given the nature of the target or the owner of the ship, I feel like that would be a mistake. Take what is valuable, but wouldn't be missed. Or if there's nothing like that, get information.
She takes a knee and she looks down. How many gods do you see?
How many guards do I see?
My, oh my, what a good question. That would be a check. I will get you to make a, I suppose, investigation.
Investigation check, not 20.
Nice. There are...
For 21 total.
For 21 total, nice. Nice, then that's straight off the bat as well. Yeah, so there's a lot of guards. There are 2 standing guard at the place, but you do see Ironclad boarding the ship, which means that somewhere aboard that ship is this Goliath human being. Goliath in size, not race.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
that complicates things a bit. Ironclad is getting on the ship. Are we sure this is worth the risk on this one? We haven't cased the place as we normally do. Do we know what is on there, or are we just speculating?
well, if there's anything that he is typically known for crafting, it would be... Well, let's just say we could retire.
Or we could die.
It's not too much in the difference in either option.
I would Much rather retire than die, though.
Think about what something like this could do for your family.
My dear Lissa, are we thinking short term?
If we don't do this, yes. If we do this, we are thinking very long term.
Alternatively, there's a lot we can learn here that would make us better capable of this. I'm game to try this, but I need to make sure we have weighed the risks. We are never ones to act too rash.
We have a few hours until it's set to leave. We can watch for a while if you wish.
Probably is a good idea. I mean...
Or we could just swim over there and hop through the window.
Don't much like the thought of getting my hair wet, to be honest, but could. Can I see anything through that window?
No, there's windows on both sides that are open, so she's kind of gesturing to the back of the ship where there wouldn't be any guards standing.
And has Ironclad just boarded, or did I see him board and then go in somewhere? Can I see him on the deck of the ship?
No, he just boarded and went in, and he's just somewhere on. It's a very big boat, so it's not that they would just it's not like a clear thing. It's about 30 foot across and stuff, multiple rooms, and it's a big ship.
And in terms of daylight, is the sun rising at this point, or are we looking for daylight?
Yeah, you'd be pushing on the sunrise time.
Okay. Given that the sun is rising a bit, I'm not sure how much time we can spend to observe.
Yes. Then I guess you'll just have to get your hair wet. And she scruffs your hair, and she starts walking towards the water.
We could do that. I'd much rather talking my way in.
I'm pretty sure that they are not programmed to let you in. I don't think that that's how this works.
Unlikely. Very well. After you.
She starts walking towards the water.
I'll follow her.
Yeah. At this point, Adriana, what are you doing?
If I can work out where they're going to, how far from the beach edge to where they're trying to swim to?
They're about 20 feet away and moving towards the edge, and then from the beach across is going to be about 50, 60 foot.
Is there any way for me to sneak along this beach front without being seen? Like, is there like rocks, outcroppings?
The closer you get, not really, no. It's a beach, so you're kind of at the roughing area and behind them, so they're mostly not seeing you because they're not turning around to see you. You're relying on their lack of passive perception, I suppose, to kind of present this as an option. But yeah, like the closer you get to them, the harder that would be.
I'm going to hang back a little bit longer and see what they actually do once they get to the boat.
Cool. So Lissa's gonna go first. She just swims straight out. Dash, you don't have a swim speed necessarily, do you?
I do not, no.
Yeah. But I know from your backstory you do have experience with water. It's not like that at all. So you do know how to swim. You're not just gonna immediately drown. But you're gonna swim a little slower than she does as you guys make your way out. She's gonna take out a rope with a little hook on it, and she's just going to try and latch it onto the window above. And she gets got a nat 1. Excellent. It comes straight back down. Yeah, so she's just trying to line that up again by the time you catch up to her. Yeah.
That's slightly off target.
Yes, well, I'd like to see you try.
Okay, give it here.
Okay, make an acrobatics check for me, please.
$15.
Fuck. It hooks straight in.
I'll hold the rope out here. Ladies first.
Well, shit before the shovel, up you go.
Charming. Up I go.
She starts to climb up behind you. It's still a slow thing. I don't think any of you have a climb speed, so it's still quite slow.
I hope you like the view back there.
She just says nothing. It could use some work. That's what she's gonna say. She's.
I've been squatting.
Yes, I could tell.
Oh, thank you.
Are you guys gonna hop in the window?
I'm going to peek in first, see if I can make out anything inside.
I'll give you investigation or perception, but I want you to explain to me what you're looking for so I can base that.
I'm looking for movement, people specifically. I'm also looking to see if there's, is there glass in these windows or are they open windows?
They're kind of open. There is a closing mechanism to it, but they've clearly left it open because they're about to leave and they're kind of just airing it out.
Cool. So yeah, noting that, I am peeking in to see if there's people, any kind of alarm mechanisms, tripwires, anything like that.
Sure.
And that is a 14.
Okay, so there's no alarms or mechanisms mechanical on this, but there are symbols across it, but you wouldn't know what they mean. But across the room, then you see two windows across the way. There's two doors on your left, and there's a hallway to your right that appears to lead to further rooms or something down the way.
Doors left and hallway right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But you can't see what's around the corner. The way it's built is sort of the way the hallway kind of comes in is there's these kind of inclines in the wall, so the hallway gets tighter and goes further down.
Okay. Right. Nothing that looks like a trap of any sorts. There's a couple of doors to the left and a hall to the right. Would you like me to give you a boost in?
Oh no, you go first. And she starts pushing you.
Very well. I will slowly climb in.
As you climb through, the sigils around the window glow for a second and then they fade, and then she climbs through as well. You know, I do think that it might be better if we had a map for this. What do you think?
Okay.
Yeah?
Sure.
Okay, a map it is. A map it is.
As that's loading, Alyssa, did you notice the bright glowing arcane symbols as we climb through the window? That's probably not a good sign. I think we're on a timer.
Oh no, I'm sure it's fine.
Your confidence for once does not fill me with any sort of joy here.
Yes, well, you know how it is. At this point, I'll get you to make a stealth check for me, both of you. So, you and Alyssa, I'll do it for her. Okay. So
that is a 21.
21 from you, yeah. You're both kind of hidden. She's making a little bit more noise than you. You hear some chatter from down the hallway to your right.
Okay. Right. So, chatter to our right. Not that I could hear it over your clumsy feet.
Well, it's not my fault. They don't make windows for climbing through.
Well, no, I thought you would have known that by now. You've climbed through enough of them.
I suppose.
Anyway, so shall we check the doors to the left? I imagine we want to avoid, well, anyone.
Yes. She leans forward and she's going to try and just pull the handle down. And the door will open.
Cool. I'll kind of take up on the other side and peek through.
As you walk around the corner, you're quite alarmed by the sudden sight of Ironclad and a few people talking halfway down the corridor that you should technically be able to see, I believe.
I can just about make them out, yes. So I will quickly back up to Lissa.
I'm gonna get a stealth check, just you know.
Yeah,
just
sure.
cause.
That's fine. Yeah. I'm sure it's fine.
Oh. Well,
Not
you're lucky
20.
because he doesn't notice you.
Yeah. Okay. Big Boy is down the hall along with a few others.
Right.
Let's check out this room, shall we?
You know, I've always wanted to check out this room. And she just goes straight back. She goes as you enter, this appears to be some kind of bakery. There's like it's like a food hall, basically. There's just food and stuff in there.
Do they happen to have croissants?
Sure.
Oh, I'm taking one of those.
Yeah. Okay. You grab a freshly baked croissant. It says Decker on it, engraved in. But I'm sure that's fine.
Decadent.
Yes.
Lovely.
She goes over and she starts to rummage through the chest, but it's all cooking utensils and stuff. I want you to make a perception check. If you're doing watch out, I look out, and she's going to do a investigation check.
Cool.
She shouldn't be doing. Oh.
And perception check, which I shouldn't be doing.
A 5. Ooh. You're pretty distracted by the fact that she's just sort of hunched over in this box rummaging through. It sounds like it could be expensive stuff, and she's out and she just gives you a shake. There's nothing in here.
This room's a waste of time.
Yes, well, I'm sure there are more.
I'm sure. Should we peek back through the door?
Yeah, you can take a look, but if you want to make an investigation or something, I'll let you.
Sure, yeah, I'll do a quick rummage around myself. Rummage around the room. Rummage around the room.
Around the room itself, or do you want to look out the door?
Around the room. Yeah, kind of both, really.
In terms of the room, it's got like a sack of like flour and stuff in it. There's mostly just baked goods in here. It seems to be just kind of a bakery, like, but an inbuilt one with a really nice inbuilt what they call it, not kiln, that's for making metal. I can't remember what they're called, the baking ovens.
Yeah, and some delicious croissants.
Yeah. You can add one to your sheet, and I'll give you the full one later.
Oh, I just ate it.
Oh, cool. Okay, straight in the mouth. Got it.
Yeah, straight in the mouth, yeah.
You ate his poisoned croissant. Got it.
The poison for Decker? The poison specifically for Decker?
As you are probing through this room, and you lean out the door, you can see the massive sculpted body of Ironclad is still there, facing away from you, and thankfully blocking the view for anyone in the corridor who would be looking up. But there are people behind him facing towards you, if that makes sense. Well, technically in front of him, but you are behind him.
Okay, I'll relay that to Lissa. This one is risky. I'm not sure we'll talk our way out of this if we do get caught, but there's another room directly.
What happened to all that charm you were just talking about? You wanted to talk your way in here, but you can't talk your way out?
Have you seen him? Do you think he can be charmed by me?
No, he would just tear you in half.
Exactly.
And I would use that opportunity to jump out the window.
I'm sure you would. Loyalty, it means nothing in this game.
What game would this be?
I think. Just, Thieves game.
Oh, yes, the Thieves game, yes.
Yes.
Yes, this game.
Just look up and see dice rolling around.
Who the fuck is that?
Cool.
There are rooms across the hall from you. There are rooms. She, for the all intents and purposes, just so I can focus on talking to you, she's following you. She's right behind you.
Yeah.
There are rooms all over this place. There's lots of places to get in and out of. Optionally, as well, there are other windows on the outside that you could climb through should you want to do so. You can also, normal D&D stuff cause distractions, or just leave, or do whatever you want to do. The world is yours to play with, but I will have Lissa follow in any action that you choose to take.
Yes. I'm just trying to consider what the next course of action should be. I mean, murder's always one, but I'm sure that will end well. Okay, I'm going to try to skulk my way to the door up directly north.
You want to just ping that door for me there?
Yeah. I've forgotten how to ping.
I just press and hold.
Yeah, press and hold, and I opened it. Push down.
That one. Oh, the one up here?
Yeah.
Okay. So roll a stealth.
genuinely nervous. I feel like I haven't done this on
Been a
map
minute,
in
man. It's
so
been a minute.
long.
We took our time getting into this campaign, so.
Oh,
Oh, good. Well, off you pop with your 9.
I'm sure it's fine. Yeah, so,
Oh, I'm absolutely positive it is absolutely fine. Don't worry.
I'll walk up there. And anything? Do I note if I've been spotted or?
Make sure the ship is ready for Decker. We have but minutes left. We're setting sail early.
Is
What
Lissa
was that?
behind me? Oh, sorry.
She is definitely not behind you. No, she just closed the door.
Bitch.
If you want to be quicker to get out of here, you can. I'll give you another stealth check, but you have disadvantage if you're moving quick. It's up to you how you would like to proceed. You don't have to move quickly. You can move slowly and hope for the best. It's up to you too.
Well, while I'm at the door, first of all, what do I see with a quick glance in?
A large vat containing 1 human person.
Okay. Right, I'll see that, and then I'm just going to... Nope. Not dealing with that. I'm just kind of casually walk quietly back towards the window.
Okay. I'll get another stealth check from you, please.
15.
15. So just for anyone who's wondering, this is Mr. Ironclad.
It's basically a big puppy.
Oh yeah, the biggest puppy. Right. Sorry, you got a 15, was it? 15.
15, yes. Let me know if I can start moving.
She
my...
opens the door and you may go.
Cool.
Oh, you go for the window, is it?
I go from that. They have a human floating in liquid. Not our game. Get the fuck out.
What kind of human?
Did I note what kind of human?
What kind of liquid?
Green,
What's in the room?
glowing. A human floating in liquid.
Are you a professional or not? That could have been very valuable information.
I am not a professional. We know this about me.
She just hops out the window.
Yeet, gone.
And as you... I'll just move you out the window. You guys are hanging from the window. Ironclad will take a quick peek.
Just doing that Assassin's Creed thing, just hanging off the ledge.
But unfortunately, he's proficient in finding fingers. I'll get both of you to make a stealth check.
Damn it. Of course he's got a king for fingers. It makes so much sense. It's like, is he a feet guy? No, he's a finger guy.
For those that aren't familiar with our streams and stuff, I will just point out very quickly, this is a good time to point out, my roles are always private. They're always hidden and private, unless I feel like there's a necessary requirement for me to show them or anything like that. I usually keep it private. But they are there, and I can show them if needed.
What I would like to do is I'm hanging there if I can.
Mm-hmm.
I would very much like to...
Did you get an 8 on your stealth?
Yeah, I did.
You're hanging there, all right, yeah. You're dangling there.
Dangling there. Do I hear Ironclad coming towards... I assume I would.
Not yet. He's doing his own stuff, and I'm going to do a check with him now in a second.
Cool. So as I'm hanging there, I want to rummage into my pack and put out my face covering and try to put that on while I'm hanging.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll allow it.
Seeing them hanging on the side of this boat,
Yeah.
is there a way that I could get to them and away without being seen?
One very clear way that you could do that, yeah. But you would have
But
to
that's what I
expose
mean,
that
like-
part of you, yeah. Akin to what you did at the end of last week's session, you would have to do here to get there quickly enough and to get there actively enough. You can swim if you want to, but it would probably take you about two turns to do that.
No, I was trying to, with that, but I was trying to see if I could actually make it to them and back to the beach with them before anyone noticed us.
You probably, I mean, unless you are like a barbarian in disguise, I don't think you're going to have the strength to carry both of them. Would be also something you need to consider.
Okay, so seeing as they start crawling out and they're like hanging out this porthole, and Magiana's like, she goes to get up and then kind of stops, but then is like, you know, that motion of fuck, should I help? But I don't really want to. But fuck, he's in my classes. Stupid man. And she starts fucking sprinting along the beach. And literally just before she gets to the waterline, she leaps and the wings out again. And I'm basically gonna fly and soar as close to the water as I can without it actually hitting me, to keep low and out the way.
Mm-hmm.
And then fly up behind him, literally arms round the middle, and just yank him off and just fly away, fly back to the beach.
Cool. So you're gonna fly over. Is she gonna take one? So she took you.
Do I see her coming?
What I want to know more about very quickly is what it would be your immediate reaction to being just suddenly grabbed from behind in this situation.
Being grabbed from behind, kick out of it.
Okay.
Or elbow or something. I don't know what the fuck this is.
Gotcha. Okay. So it's going to be kind of probably a grapple contest then, I would imagine.
Okay.
But you're doing it from, you're grabbing him from behind, and I'm probably going to give him Adriana advantage here just because, first of all, she has the element of surprise on you, which, because you just didn't know it was coming. And second of all, she's grabbing you from behind. Breaking free of a hold from behind is logistically a lot harder than it is from the front.
Yeah. Well, plan would be to fucking arms straight up and sandbag. Just like...
just straight down into the water. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give you guys a straight roll. Okay, fair. You're going limp, but like noodle limp. So got it.
How far are we from the water?
About 20 feet.
About 20 feet. Okay.
What I'll do is
what check is it?
It'll be athletics or acrobatics versus his athletics or acrobatics, whatever you guys prefer to use.
I'll be picking acrobatics because it's my maneuverability with my wings to actually get to him.
Okay.
Similarly, acrobatics for me. Do you want public, private?
Would you? Well, actually, let me also check because you did ask me a question. Would you see her coming? Are you doing this stealthily or are you just hauling ass? You said you're staying low on purpose, right?
Oh, I'm doing it because I don't want anyone seeing me.
Got it. I'm just gonna skip that roll and just say that you don't see her coming because your passive really, really is dog. So I just don't think you see her coming. I think her lowest roll outdoes your passive in terms of like the stealth check. So.
Other than that one, yeah.
Gotta work on that.
I'll just for the moment I'll just bypass that because I'm already asking a roll. So you guys just do your contest there, yeah.
Ladies first, so dash. Well, that's a nat one.
A nat 20 and a nat 1 in the same fucking... God damn.
Oh man. It literally wouldn't matter what she
That's
rolled
a
because I think
17.
your nat 1 is still higher than a 6. So you got a nat 1 for 6 and you got a 17. So Adriana just grabs you. You go noodle limp and she grabs you a little harder. And...
What are you fucking doing?
What the
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. I don't give a fuck about it. Now shut up. And I fly back to the beach.
At this point, I'm going to get a roll on... Actually, I can just check his passive. Oh.
And I'm literally dumping him on the beach about 5 foot up and just literally letting go of him.
Okay. So...
And then I'll gently land as I did before.
Cool. All right. Then what we will do is go back to our camera. No, the animation didn't work. That's not fun. Lissa will come up to the beach in a few minutes, so you guys just go ahead.
What the... You can fly?
Apparently a lot better than you can fucking break into anywhere. How stupid are you?
Control. Very stupid, but I had it under control.
You had it under control, did you? Did you see that guy walking up to you?
Yes.
Lie.
No, I saw him. Why the fuck do you think I was hanging there and not stuck inside?
Why was you there at all?
Curiosity?
Well, you know what happened to curiosity, didn't you?
It killed many cats. Yes, I'm not a cat. Do you want to know what I saw?
It's quite obvious you're not a cat burglar.
Meow.
At this point, Lissa comes up, she's like, you can fucking fly!
How about shut the fuck up?
Fucking fly.
And the wings are pulled back in. I haven't put them away, but they're in.
That is a very marketable ability you have.
It is.
How about
I feel
we
like we
don't
should
talk
cover
about
it on.
me and talk about the fact that you two just did something very fucking stupid.
As you,
Do
as
you
you're
want to know
saying
what
that,
we
you
saw or
glance
not?
over, and Ironclad is like leaning out the window, looking down where he would have been caught. Because
I had it under
A thank you would be
control.
nice.
Thank you. I did have it under control, whether you believe me or not. But thank
And
you.
I just look at
all the time.
Alyssa. Do you believe that he had it under control?
fuck no.
No.
He's never had
my way out of
anything under
that.
control. This is the first time he's ever said he's had anything under control.
Yes.
How
Can he
have you
spell
worked with him
control?
all this time and like he doesn't know anything?
Because you don't have to be fast enough to outrun security. You just have to be faster than the slowest person with you, and that's usually him.
Aye.
Well, at least I haven't got anything to worry in the future about then.
No, you definitely don't.
If you two could shut the fuck up for a moment.
Were you born with those, or can I get some? Is this like a
Can we
potion?
just no?
No.
We're not talking about this.
Do you want to know what was in there or not?
Well, of course.
From my understanding, you don't understand what's in there, but that's okay.
Do you want to try and explain it?
Well, I didn't see it. I was still in the bread room.
Exactly. You were hiding while I was doing the work.
Fair enough.
They
Right.
have human floating in green liquid. Some sort of bat. Not what I expected. I was hoping for, well, something of minor value, at least. But not human experimentation.
Would I
Then
have any
again-
understanding of what this is, Roberto?
I mean, other than like children's stories or something, probably not. I don't even know where this discussion would come up, but like a human floating in liquid usually means somebody's dead where you come from, because that's just like you live on an island and that's just a common
Yeah.
way for people to get fucked up. So
Anything else of use?
He does have a very good bakery on there.
Please, please, for the love of God, tell me you didn't take anything.
No?
Good, because you know they can trace that stuff, right?
Well, I figured. Curiosity got the better of me. But why the fuck would he have a human? Well, then again, he's a rich prick. So those fucking lizards are always taking advantage of everyone, so it doesn't surprise me too much.
quick question, just throwing it out there. Should we go back?
No.
She can fly.
Yes, and he can kill us.
Well, we won't catch her. She's 2 feet above his head, and he's not going to reach. He doesn't have that kind of dexterity. His arms are huge.
He
Okay,
is
so you
one
want to
punch
get
roll
caught?
gun.
You want to get caught on that fucking boat by some big mechanical beast
Yeah,
rather
see,
than spend your year here learning?
What if we
See,
can help
this-
this person?
this is her problem. Short-term thinking and recklessness.
I just want to help somebody.
Sure you do.
How do you know that that person isn't being helped by him?
Well, it's good. We can go and we can check and investigate. This is an investigation.
Then go and knock on the fucking door and say, hey, we know you've got a body in there. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Because you definitely aren't very good at sneaking in there to find out.
Oh no, we snuck in quite well. It was the getting out that was the problem.
That's
Yes.
funny because it seemed like that they were moving around on top. So I guess something was going on.
If you yourself are much sneakier, why don't you go investigate what this person is doing?
Because
How
I'm not
about-
an idiot.
No. Also, they're leaving shortly. We should clear the fucking beach before Decker gets here.
That just sounds like a short time window where we can accomplish many things.
Listen,
Alyssa.
you do what you like. I saved your ass once. I won't do it again.
And I think discretion is the better part of valor in this instant, Lassa. For once, please listen to me.
When I look at that ship, I just see a giant floating treasure chest. It's a little difficult
Yes.
to...
That
Full
is your
focus.
problem. Listen to what Amadriana said. We can learn so much here and rob so much more from
Wait,
people who
you're-
deserve it.
You're planning to rob from this place?
No, learn from here to rob elsewhere.
Does he mean that?
You can make an insight check, but Dash, it's always you, man. I'll get you to make
Because nobody
either
trusts him.
yeah, so either deception or persuasion, but I'll get you to do it anonymously, and also you can then determine yourself whether or not that roll succeeds or not. Just use this as a way to guide you, basically.
He should be safe with that roll.
You would think so.
As I said, should.
Yes, I have no intention of stealing from here. Why would I bite the hand that feeds me, so to speak? I do have morals.
Says the man that just got caught almost coming out of a boat from one of the fucking teachers.
A boat where they're doing human experimentation. I know my marks. I know a prick when I see one.
Well,
I
at
would
least
rob
that's
from
something
you,
we
for
can
example.
read.
Well, maybe I'd rob from you, to be honest, but I won't.
I don't think he'd be able to.
Is that a challenge?
I feel like this is a challenge. This is some kind of challenge that has
Sounds
been placed
like a
right in front of
challenge,
us.
doesn't it?
I tell you what, I'll close my eyes for 5 seconds. If you can take something from me, I'll concede, and maybe I'll even help you get back onto that fucking boat. How about that?
Who's this offer to?
Well,
To
one second.
Dash.
Oh, fuck.
Deal.
Oh, fuck.
So she stands there, crosses her arms.
Let's just stand
Closes
beside
her
you and
eyes.
crosses her arms. All right, it's against her passive perception, which is astronomical.
Oh.
I'll need
Oh,
you
no,
to
I-
roll.
A different way to play this. Dash does nothing for 5 seconds.
Oh, okay. All right, well.
Okay.
Now that I've stolen your 5 seconds of time,
You fucking idiot. Did you think that was going to work?
you didn't specify what to take.
Yes, but again, proving you're a moron because I gave you 5 seconds. You didn't steal it.
Either way, I got it.
How did you deal with this man all this time?
Well,
You would be
the thing
surprised
is-
at the slim pickings in Palperoth. I'm only now learning that there are more... Maybe it's a male thing.
What you've learned is you don't always have to take. Often what you want can be given.
Yes, well, I've given you enough of my time.
Yes, either way, listen, we're not going back on that fucking ship.
Question. Is there a way, and this is not sarcasm or a way to trick you, is there a way that we can check on this person and make sure that they're okay? If we save them, they might give us a lot of money.
Was there any porthole into that room?
I didn't see the room. I don't know.
I didn't. Did I see a portal? I don't think I did.
No, you didn't see it. I was just trying to think if I should make you make a roll. No, you didn't see it.
So I saw into the room and it was just. I mean, the human take in the back of the tank pretty much took up the whole thing.
I'm gonna regret this so much.
Adriana?
Okay.
If this results in you
Stay.
getting expelled because you helped them, this is gonna be the funniest fucking turnaround ever. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Stay here.
Wait, Adriana. Really? Are you doing this?
I'm doing something less stupid. So just stay here.
They're already on alert. We set off arcane something climbing through the window, so our time is limited as is.
We've already been told we're
You
allowed
climbed
to
through
move
it too.
around the grounds. All I'm doing is moving around the grounds. That's all. Now just stay
And do you
here.
think you can convince them of that? I know I could, but can you?
Honestly, at this point, I'm not sure there's anything you could do better than me.
We'll see.
God damn.
Hopefully one day. And she'll just take off running again. I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna stay low again, but I'm gonna go round the very edge of the boat and see if there's like a porthole of which I can see through into that room, maybe.
Yeah, no, there isn't any porthole or anything like that's visible to that section. The nearest windows are the ones that they climbed in, where there's ones across on both sides, but that hallway is the last windows on the boat in terms of length.
And there's no hole. Okay.
But the windows are open.
Yeah, but they're not gonna be big enough for me.
How far away from the boat from like the
You guys are just
gangplank, I
back on the
assume?
beach, so you're
Like-
like 20 foot from the water. No, what was it? You actually did quite close to the water, wasn't it? But you're five foot off the beach, so yeah, like somewhere by the beach by the water, and then it's like back out.
How far from the boat itself?
It depends where you want to go. If you want to go back to that same spot, like 50 feet. More.
Not the same spot. Like I assume they have. Is it anchored out, or is there like a walkway to the boat, or?
Gangplank.
There is a gangplank, and it's guarded by 2 security guards. Yeah, that's where you saw Ironclad boarding in the first place.
Okay. Do I note? Have any of them seen or taken any note of Madriana?
No, none of them are looking at any of you, and she hasn't done anything yet. So
Okay. Cool. I just want to move a little bit, just kind of walk up the beach nonchalantly, a little bit closer to the ship, just to be within range of the ship should any shit go down.
let's
Is-
goes with you.
Is I can't remember his name. The big guy. Is he still up on the top? Yeah.
He wasn't on top, so he was inside. If you think of it like,
I was inside.
do you remember
okay.
like Pokemon and stuff? Like you could go into the ship, and then you could go from room to room, and
Yes,
that's
yes,
kind of
yes.
that's where they're at. They're not on the top of the ship; they're in the ship.
Okay.
Don't know why I described this with Pokemon. I could have just said a ship. But yeah. Anyway,
Sea of Thieves. There's so many different ways you could have gone.
is it obvious that I just don't leave my house? Because like that's my frame of reference about boats is just Pokemon.
I have a Squirtle. Okay.
Charmander, please.
I was going for the water thing. Yeah, I'm not getting in trouble for this. Fuck that. So she flies back to the lands and starts packing herself away and says, well, from where you described the room was, there didn't seem to be any exterior window, so I was unable to have a look.
Not exactly the type of thing you want open to prying eyes.
I guess not, but when you've got a boat like that, I can't imagine you'd worry too much about what's being seen. So I figured I'd take the chance.
Worth a shot. What the fuck is he doing bringing a human experiment here? Can I check actually, did I note if the body was dead or alive?
You would have had to make a medicine check at the time, probably, to investigate that, rather than after the fact.
Yeah.
It looked unconscious at the very least. Like it wasn't awake. It wasn't awake and alert, and it wasn't like banging on the window and screaming for help or anything like that. It was just asleep and floating in the water.
Yeah.
You
cool.
say it's experiments, but how do you know it's not just someone being kept alive?
I have never known someone to be submerged in water to be kept alive.
I mean, there's many different theories and stuff about kind of incubation chambers and that kind of stuff.
I'm sure, but it is a little bit suspicious. If you're trying to help someone, why would you drag them around the world on a ship instead of keeping them in a set location with, I don't know, medical personnel around?
What if they pick them up here? What if it's a student?
What if it's someone that he can't afford to see out of his sight?
Either way, very suspicious.
Oh, I'm totally with you. It is suspicious. I'm just saying, I don't think you should necessarily go straight to he's experimenting.
What if it's someone who's very rich and he's trying to get information about where the money is? That's what I would do. And if we help this very rich person,
If you want to go and knock on the door or try again, then please feel free. As I said, I've helped you once. I won't again.
Listen, how often have you gone back to the same mark? I mean, you know my rules. You try once, don't try again. At least not right away.
but how often is life on the line when we do these things?
Are you really trying to be the savior?
If
Now, I
someone,
know-
here's the way I see it. If someone paid him for this, they are rich. That seems like my kind of person to help, you know?
Sure it does. Well, if you want to, off you go. I'm not going back in the water.
I see.
How about we wait it out? We've only just arrived. Let's not fuck it up already. We tried once. It could have been bad. we tried, we got out. We'll learn more here, I'm sure. There's lots of, magical folk who could assist us. This won't be the last time this kind of paycheck is presented to us.
She glances towards the boat.
We're letting this one go to catch a bigger fish later.
If Dash does have such a sharp tongue, why don't you just have him ask him when he returns back to the boat?
I don't know what happens if this is supposed to be private information. Then we give away our cards that we were on the ship. Generally, you don't go to your mark and advertise it unless you're interested in increasing their security or something.
Hey, I broke into your bedroom. What was in that shiny chest that I couldn't unlock? Doesn't quite roll off the tongue.
Generally, if you're breaking into someone's house, you make sure you're actually able to do it first.
Funny enough, I said the same to Lissa on the way.
Didn't see that stop you.
I normally talk my way and I don't like the skulking.
I have the feeling that a set of pretty eyes and some fluttering eyelashes definitely didn't go amiss to help him decide to do this either.
There were only 4 guards.
Don't know what you're talking about, Adrian. Do you want me to go talk to them?
You can try. I think it'll result in your death, but I don't know if that's the easier approach than just going back in the same window.
I'm not going back in the water.
Tried and tested.
Why don't you ask him for a tour? Wait until you see him returning to the boat and say how you're marveling at this magnificent machine and see if he'll give you a tour. You know you catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar, right?
Have you been reading my journal?
I wouldn't read something quite so boorish.
Boris, I'll have you do... But never mind.
Listen, all I'm saying is, I looked at a page. It was a lovely cuddle you had on that dockside, but it wasn't for me. I don't think I'll carry on reading it.
Sorry.
Well, that wasn't my journal.
The question is just off the top of my head, but is that your 2 friends fighting on the beach?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Oh God, is Hatsu going to kill her?
Possibly. Although, I've not seen him fight, but she's definitely got something a little bit extra that I hadn't expected.
I've seen Hatsu's work. It's terrifying. Do we see Decker actually before? I assume we're going to cut to them.
We have cut to them already. It's too late. You're gone. It's over. Yeah, no, not yet. Eos. Hatsu. My friends. We join you on the beach, sword in hand. What do you guys want to do?
Well then, Eos will be taking off her shoes. She's going to pull up her end of her pants a bit, just above calf. She's going to start stretching a bit, and after she stretches, she bows towards Hatsu. And she thanks him for the opportunity to help her train and learn the ways of the sword, which she was never really able to do with anyone else.
Hatsu's gonna take an investigative look at her. He watches from top to bottom, and he would kind of estimate that her rapier would have the same length as his katana. So he would kind of eyeball the distance they have to stand, so the tip of the swords would meet right in the middle. And he takes out his katana inside the saya, in the shelf. Or what's actually the English word where you put the sword in?
Scabbard.
Scabbard?
Or
Scabbard.
Or the action of doing it is sheathing it.
Yeah. So he takes out the blade, but it's still in the shed.
Sheath, yeah.
sheath, yeah. And he kind
scabbard
of
or
draws.
sheath or saya is the
Yeah.
correct term. So saya. For you, for katana.
Yeah. Saya, yeah. So he draws like a line at her feet, and he goes back where his position would be, and he draws another line. And then he's not talking all the time. And then he draws like a yin-yang symbol. So one bottom drop would be on his side, one bottom drop would be on her side.
Nice.
And then he gets back the katana in his belt, and he would get out something that would look like a bandana, but a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
And he would kind of put it around his neck, over his shoulders, behind his back, to kind of make the wide arms get closer to the body, so that they wouldn't disrupt him from fighting.
Okay.
And then he places his right foot on the middle line of the Jing and Jang, his left foot on the outside circle towards the left side, and he leans a little bit back on his back leg on the left, and he kind of puts his hand in the middle, and he says, Shiken hara mitsudai komyo. And he waits a little second, and he says, Onegashimasu. And then he waits.
Yos, what are you doing?
Following that, she's going to take her usual swashbuckling stance that she's read about. So, left foot forward, she's kind of low, widen the hips. One hand facing downwards like this, and the rapier about ear level for her on the right arm.
At this point, Amadriana, Dash, and Lissa, you guys can approach.
Just gonna stand and watch him.
And just kind of mention that to Madrian. Looks like another practice session. Always keen to learn.
How much gold do you have on you?
Of all the people to tell that to, you are at the bottom of my list.
Okay, but let's assume I already know because I've been through your purse. How much do you want to bet, though?
2 gold on EOS.
Okay. 2 gold on Hatsu.
Shake on it. Very well.
Yos and
In
Hatsu.
quick-
Go ahead.
Sorry.
You're okay, go ahead.
In quick talk, Eos will say to Hatsu rather quietly, best of 3?
Doesn't say anything.
Okay.
Yos and Hatsu, I'm going to get you guys to just roll a flat d20 for me, please. Whoever gets highest has the choice if they go first or second.
Okay.
Oh. Eos got a 7 and Hatsu got a 4. So Eos, you may decide who gets first swing.
Eos will take the first swing.
In that case, Eos, you may roll your first attack.
Specifically just to hit.
Cool.
Not
So
to do any damage.
non-lethal. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the words. Thank you.
You're alright.
Let's go. Attack. Normal. Ugh.
So you got a 12. Hatsu, does that hit?
And I would say, as she kind of gets the rapier out and tries to point towards his head, he would just pull out the katana with the saya. He doesn't get the blade blank.
Mhm.
And he kind of leans back a little bit towards his left leg that is already like a little behind. So he just waits to the left leg. He gets out the katana. He kind of deflects his try to her try to pierce him, and he hits it like up to a 45 degree angle with the suba of the sword, like the thing, like the hand guard, the hilt. And after deflecting it, he uses his right two fingers like that, and he points it from his hip towards her stomach. And he does this one.
True strike. Oh shit.
Ooh, wow.
God damn. So
And
nice.
as a bonus action, so he points to the stomach. He does that. And as a bonus action, from the 45 degree angle with his left hand that he's holding the katana, he's going inwards, turning his hip, and hits her head right on the side with the tsuba and tries to knock her unconscious.
Okay. That's technically an action, I think, right? The true strike is a one action, yeah. So you might have to.
Yeah, but okay, let's do it that way. He's holding the katana, but he's doing this with one point of the knuckle.
Okay.
As a fist, an unarmed strike.
Okay. I'll let Roy decide if that's okay. Technically, it's not D&D legal, but I'm happy to let that fly if you guys want to let that fly. So
I mean, he's using his fist, like he holds something, but he's
still
using
an
his fist.
action to attack, if that makes sense. So like you used your action for true strike.
No, I have a bonus action to do that.
Oh, right, yeah. Sorry. You can go ahead. Apologies, yes, because you're absolutely.
Oh no.
It still doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So you got a 9. So you go for the unarmed strike to bonk her, but Roy, you say, what happens when he tries to bonk you?
That was an amazing description, by the way, Biz. I'll never match anything like that. But when he tried to bonk her, she just slightly sways, like a little dance move towards the left.
Okay. So you step out of the way, kind of what you learned from a Madriana. Mm-hmm. You try and apply that to your strategic thinking here. You learned from that encounter. So Eos is kind of building in from her past experiences. Now, would you like to try and make a counter strike towards him?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Let's roll. And this one's just going to be, as before, classic swashbuckler is all she knows from reading. She's going to try and swing, and Lonnie will go for the shoulder. Right shoulder.
8. I'm afraid not. That's what happens when she tries to go for your right shoulder.
She's trying. He was like in a movement with his left side over, and he kind of recognized that he wouldn't hit her. And as he turns left around, he makes like a twist and tries to hit her with a back fist.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
And he tries to knock her unconscious, like he's pointing for the nerve points.
Okay.
Impulse.
Go for it then.
Nice.
With advantage.
Because you have
I
true strike,
use
yeah.
True strike. 15.
15. What Eos? What did that get past your AC?
Oh yeah.
It does. So it hits. Yeah, that counts as a tag then. So you have 1 tag.
So how do we do with the unconscious? So I would technically have to do damage.
Yeah, you don't have to roll damage. You
Until-
technically just it's a tag. So it's the best of 3. So whoever gets 3 tags first wins.
Okay.
That's what Eos was saying earlier as well. It's best of 3.
So he sees that back fist hitting, like this, and with the same spin, he goes around with his left hand
Nice.
to follow up on her chin.
Amazing.
Damn. Nice. Oh, because, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Can you do
I'm
that at
not
level one?
sure if he still has. Yep. You can read it.
That's okay.
That's an amazing thing to be able to do. Oh, wow.
Advantage on first attack roll. Okay. Oh fuck! That misses.
I do indeed see it. Absolutely. He does miss. So the second one you go for, but she's a little bit too quick. Sidestepping once again, following the sort of suit of what she's been doing already. Eos, it's your turn. You're one tag down. Come on, Eos, let's go.
She is indeed. Excitement's running through her veins. Her eyes are glowing small bit. And with this, she's going to do a bonus action first before her main action.
Okay.
She's gonna do a little bit of Scott on Va. She's gonna go behind Biz in a flash of darkness. She's going to try and then perform the attack.
Bonus action. So you move behind him suddenly, and you try and do an attack. Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it. Oh. Man, the rolls today. So you move behind him, but Hatsu... Oh, actually, sorry, what am I doing? Hatsu, you describe it. I apologize. I'm so used to this.
So
Sorry.
he recognizes that she moved behind him. So what he's doing right at the moment when she is right behind him with like an inch of air between them, he's gonna like make like a squat, and with his butt he's pushing in her stomach to make her body go a little bit down.
Okay.
And as he does, he swings around and up to try to get her with his right elbow.
Okay. Go for it. And down.
I use unarmed strike, right?
Okay. Nat
Nat
20. Damn. That definitely hits. Eos, your move is
So-
used against you.
Yeah.
With that spin, so she goes a little down, so he instinctively knows where her head should be.
Yeah.
He swings around with the elbow, feels that he gets her,
Yeah.
and as her head like swings to the side from the impact, he swings around and tries to get an uppercut with his left hand while she's moving out the way.
Crazy. Okay. With your bonus action.
Another nat 20.
Oh, another nat 20! What?
And as he swings around,
busy special.
his left fist connects with her chin, and he sends her flying like a meter out of her
Crazy.
shoes into the fucking sand. And as she lands, he goes silent for a second. He postures up. He puts the sword back into his belt, and he goes, "Domo arigatou gozaimashita."
Eos gets up from the sand, dusts herself off, and she goes up to Hatsu and gives him a big hug. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
That's technically 3 tags, so well done.
Majorana's just standing there with her hand out towards Dash.
Well, but I bet's a bet. Although I did tell you Hatsu was fucking terrifying, didn't I?
I must admit, I wasn't expecting that. He's definitely formidable.
Absolutely. I don't know if I can transfer from here, but if I just mark off 2 and you can add 2 to yours.
Yeah.
Eos, are you okay? You good?
Yeah, she just like goes like a little kid just going, yes! In the sand.
And she looks over towards the ship and like just.
Sorry.
Is it like one of those anime characters where they're like jumping like that, like yeah.
She's so happy.
Just
I
trying
must say, she took it quite well, I think.
That's an interesting reaction to getting knocked the fuck out. Usually I'd rather cry, but each to their own.
Every failure is a learning opportunity, my guys.
That's my boy.
Hashtag
Ash is
Rory's
learning
wisdom.
quite a lot.
She'll never learn, man.
Speaking of, any sign of Mr. Decker making his way?
There would be. If I wasn't about to cut to Westland. Westland, my friend. You stand in front of the woodlands. Standing on that border, chicken at your side. Probably still consuming some roast chicken from earlier. What's happening, my friend? Might be on mute.
There we go.
Nice. Welcome.
I was like, I know I'm muted, but I don't know how to turn it back on. This is really complicated. Man, I should have like a little deck here. I can click buttons.
That'd be nice. Yeah, a little macro deck. So, as you stand by the woodlands, the sun is rising. The light hits the trees in this beautiful way that there's a shadow cast behind them, but the sunlight hits them in this pristine way.
Do not cross the threshold. I remain at the edge.
Okay.
Watching. Waiting.
Chicken begins to fall asleep on the remains of whatever it was eating. You have food coma. Default.
Acceptable. It happens. Wish I knew where he got those chickens. Maybe it's better not to know.
You
Probably better not
hear...
to know.
Probably better not to know. You hear the faint voices. Someone is talking and someone else is responding within the woods. A soft female voice is speaking to a large booming male voice within the trees.
That's chicken with my foot.
The chicken's head goes up. The body's still like in a laying down pose, but the head goes up, and like one ear is like listening, and then it glances towards you and then back in. Both ears kind of now in radar mode.
I'm gonna kneel down quietly. Go in there and find out what is in there. Who's in there.
You're asking Chicken to go in, right?
Yeah.
Chicken stands up and just does this little shake off that they do, getting the sand kind of off his fur and stuff, and then kind of just trots into the woods. The voices stop and you hear the female voice sort of call out like, "Dog!" and then like kneels down and starts like petting the dog. I guess would be the, I don't know why I went that much into description. Appears to kneel down by voice and pet the dog. Just she calls out she's petting the dog.
I recognize the voice.
You might. Trying to recall if you were there. I believe you were. Yeah, this would be the voice. Yeah, this is the voice of one of the teachers. Yeah, that you've met before. I was just trying to remember off the top of my head if you were there, but I think you were the first time at least. Yeah.
Yeah, she brought back a bag of sand.
That's right.
Should have sent another gift. I didn't. I will wait, but I will move to a less visible spot on the beach.
Okay.
And get a couple of trees between myself and line of sight from inside the forest.
Okay. Chicken doesn't initially come back. Like, it's not... Like, I don't think you have a... like, I don't feel like it's a threat going through you. Like, you don't feel like this is a very threatening presence. But you can hear that they are in, that they're in the woods. Like, they're not on the border. They're within. They're, like, I don't know, like 60, 70 feet away from you. It's quite difficult to see what's going on from where you are.
The chicken's not making like squealing noises, like he's being torn apart. So I mean, like, at least that's a good sign. It's good information. They're not too far into the woods where they're like deep in. But I will linger where I am at.
Okay. I'll get you to make a perception check for me if you don't mind.
That. Perception.
Nine.
That print.
So with a 9, you can barely hear talking at all, but you can tell that there is talking. But you don't really get a understanding of what's being said, or yeah, that's kind of it. Like, you don't really know what's being said or anything. Yeah.
It's fine. Just listen to the voices. I know hers. Don't know this other one. Is it male? Is it female? Is it loud because it's large? Can I get a sense of speech rhythm? Get a sense of maybe what sort of language they might be speaking in, or something adjacent to that?
Every day. Yeah. They're just speaking every day. It's not like a complicated conversation or anything like that. Yeah.
Checking one last thing here. Spells are a little weird here. Got one spell prepared for some reason. That's fine. I'm just gonna wait.
Okay.
Sit.
About 20 minutes later,
going.
Chicken comes out looking really kind of brushed and flushed, like they've been petted a lot, like a lot of pets. Chicken comes out and then kind of nuzzles against you to let you know that it's back. Yeah.
What does he smell like?
Woodlands smells like moss and trees and like the earthy sense of if you've ever taken Mr. Finnegan, for example, for a walk into the woods and stuff, when they come back, they just have this really earthy smell to them. It's very hard to describe, but it's nice. Yeah.
He gets nothing on him. Nothing I can see there.
No, if anything, he looks better than when he went in the first place.
He looks satisfied.
Yeah, he's happy. The traitorous smile of a dog who got pet by someone else.
It's fine. I'll tolerate that. Excellent. I will remain on the edge of the woods with Chicken until dawn comes.
Okay. Yeah, the sun rises. Oh, well, Chicken's barking at something. The sun rises, and yeah, you have a nice, gentle time with the woods, and then eventually Delphine will walk past and just be like, good morning, Westland.
Hi.
Yes, hello. Are you going to the school, or would you like to stay here?
What does it mean to fail the test?
Oh, I don't think you failed the test so much. I think that the test didn't happen for you. You were just in an empty room the whole time.
What does that mean?
Well, when each person goes in and they face their tests, what usually happens is they experience this. It's like an other world, like a dream. Like you enter a dream and you are somewhere else and you must finish a task and then you wake up. And instead of this happening, you just sort of stayed in the room. Everyone else had their dream, but you stayed in the room. But it's okay. Not everybody has this experience.
Can a dream be in a dream? Can there be more dreams at the same time?
Oh, well, yes, of course. I suppose. I can't tell you when and where to sleep, but yeah, no, you were awake and just sort of resting, I suppose. You grew quite large, so something happened, but yeah, there was no tests. That seems to have been done. We were going to talk to you about it, but we didn't want to put pressure on you.
Have I done
did it hurt?
a wrong thing?
No. We're just a little worried. Did it hurt when you suddenly sprouted up?
I don't know. I was in sleep of some sort. I saw new dreams, but they were strange. Like, could not touch them like I could do here and now in this dream, or the last dream, or the last dream. Do you know
Yeah.
this?
I'm not entirely sure that I... What?
I know.
Well, you will have your chance for another exam. This is simply just a formality so that we can make sure that you're, fitting in well and see what sort of classes you would be fitted for.
I can learn much and will take all you can teach. Each dream has been time I have learned. I wear those things on my skin. This is how I know what I have learned, what I have not.
Yes. Well, when you're in class here, what usually happens is you get sort of put into a category that fits you and the type of magic or abilities that you have. And in doing so, we have different categories of classes for people that partake in the school, and we just wanted to see what you were capable of so that we knew that we were putting you in the right place. We've never seen anyone go in and just grow old. That's new. But we're not against it. It's just new.
It is strange. It is too fast. It is not how things should go.
Is it healthy? Like, are you feeling okay?
I feel old.
No offense.
More
but
than
you look
more
older.
than them.
Yeah, you look older, but it's not a problem.
I am.
Do you like being older, or?
I have been old And I have been young.
Yeah.
I have been all of things. I have seen the wind move and the sun move and the earth change, the leaves fall, snow come. It just now is too fast.
You're saying the seasons are going quicker than you're used to?
Yes. Look at me. I was in spring.
Okay. She switches to wild speak. Is this easier for you?
You know, it would be really helpful if maybe somebody would just like say, "Hi, I can speak something useful." What is wrong with what has happened to this normal speak? Everybody talks so fucking weird and with huge stupid words and big flowery statements. Like it makes no sense to me at all. Christ.
Yeah, it's definitely different. I'm sorry. I just assumed that was the language you were comfortable with, but I wasn't sure.
No, this is a lot better. Thank you.
Oh, sure, no problem.
Just who else speaks Vertithil? Because like it would be really helpful.
Oh,
like, it's very hard.
That's a very old name for it.
I am learning. Yeah. What do you mean an old name for that?
Oh,
What's the name of it?
No, it's a super old name. It's Wild Speak is the name now.
What does that mean? Wild speak, like wilds and
like speaking the wild,
like overgrown place,
sure,
or a place that it hasn't been with buildings.
Where did you learn where? Just some of the things you're saying sound a lot older, you know?
That doesn't make any sense. A lot of what you're saying doesn't make any sense. When you're speaking that...
Wild speak.
That like... No, we are speaking that now.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, every day. Every day? What is that?
Just a language that everybody speaks every day.
We didn't speak that back home.
What did you speak back home?
I can't remember what I was calling thicket tongue.
Thicket tongue, yeah.
Do you know it?
A little. I dabble. Again, a very old language. You don't really find it that much anymore.
Yeah. Dabble. People don't speak it?
No, it's not super common anymore. It used to be. Especially in Arboris, yeah. I think you would be hard-pressed to find someone fluent in it today.
That's nonsense. I mean, when I get back there, eventually, they'll all still be speaking. That's what we speak there.
Yeah.
Obviously.
She looks behind her and she looks up and she's like, "Oh, that would be nice, thank you." And two chairs appear that you guys can sit down on. She just sits on one. So you speak these older tongues, not super common. Where did you come? I guess Arboris, right? Is that your home island?
Yeah, from Audubon. You know, the village, I mean, you don't have a lot of visitors, really. The village down by the coast, the place by the woods. Have you been there?
Yes, but it's a pretty big industrial town. Where did you learn to speak these languages in Abaddon?
You sure you've been there? We don't get a lot of visitors, really.
Well, it's
Last time we had somebody come through was like a long time ago. Before I was born.
Are you referring to the town where they like the big lumber industry? That's
we did work with trees, but I don't know. I mean, industry that would imply like something organized, trade.
oh
We were too far away from anybody to be doing that.
no, it's a pretty big coastal town bordering on a city now, I think.
We're talking about the same.
No?
No.
That must be confusing it.
Pretty small.
That's pretty well, okay. Maybe you're just near there. Maybe that's the general region. Maybe you're just on the outskirts or something.
I think I remember like my hometown.
Fair. I mean, I
I'm
haven't
pretty
been
far
everywhere.
from it. I'm not really sure entirely like where that is. It's been a bit. It's been a bit since I've been there. I've been elsewhere for a bit.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
so who's at that? Who's that in the woods? Who owns these places? Who's in charge in there?
I guess Remington would probably own it, but I don't know if it's like an owned thing. Like I think it's more
Wrong choice of words.
yeah.
Who leads the dance?
Oh, Remington, he's the principal here. He's responsible for all of the stuff going on here, yeah.
No. In these woods. The one who allows Remington to claim it.
He doesn't claim the woods. He just happens to have a school on the island where the woods are.
Yes, and who leads the dance in the woods?
No one. These woods are free. These are free woods. The trees are free. The birds are free. The foxes and the animals are free. It's a free woods.
So if I were to go in there, I would.
You still have to be careful. There's like snakes and stuff in there, but
What I'm asking is, if I go in there, will I be allowed?
you know, I had a dream once about a woods that didn't let me in, but that was just a dream. This woods, this is a good woods. This is nice. Over there is a lake, and you can sit there. There's a nice big rock to sit on, and you can swim. It's a good place to get clean. There's a nice stream. Yeah, it's a good woods. It's good.
Then I will go in and learn there.
Yeah, this is well, I don't know if the teachers won't be in there. Well, I go there sometimes, but
You are a teacher.
yes, I go there sometimes. I don't teach my classes there. We have rooms for this, big rooms for teaching.
Why do you do it inside?
Well, it's not always inside. Sometimes it's during the day, sometimes it's night, sometimes it's in the courtyard, sometimes it's on the roof. Sometimes it's in the woods, if you're doing nature classes, yeah.
I will do all the classes.
I don't think that's possible because some of the classes happen at the same time as the other classes. But you can do a row of classes, yeah. So you like nature. That's your thing, is it?
Say that.
And she
Sometimes
scritches
I have a choice.
she scritches chicken behind the ear. And this little guy is your companion?
Chicken is it's easier to say yes.
Okay. Well, you guys are welcome in the woods anytime. We recommend maybe not being in there at night. It's a little hard to see. You could get hurt. Like, we just want to make sure you're okay. Watch out for snakes or any of the... Don't lick the frogs. I've had to tell people that before. Don't lick them. But other than that, it's pretty good, safe space. Yeah.
There was a frog once in a dream.
Nice. What type of frog? Green, brown, bullfrog?
Remember,
I had a friend named Jeremiah. He was a bullfrog.
do you have a war? Was Jeremiah the bullfrog at a war?
No, just it's a good friend of mine.
I remember drinking wine with the frogs at war, but maybe he wasn't there. Maybe he wasn't the one who made the wine.
It's possible. You can get good wine from forests. Depends on the berries, of course.
Dreamt I was wine once. That dream was not very long lasting.
What about this one? How are you? Do you like this dream? Is this your preferred dream?
It is going too fast.
Too fast.
We should not be in autumn. Where did the summer go?
Yeah, time flies when you're having fun. You could see our nurse about the aging. She may be able to assist. Or just talk to Remington and maybe he will have some advice on this. A little bit out of my territory and my depth.
What can the nurse do?
Investigate, make sure you're healthy and okay. Make sure that nothing needs to be healed or there's no threat of you just suddenly spontaneously dying in 20 minutes. You know, that kind of thing.
Death comes for all of us.
Some.
All of us. Dream ends.
And then the next dream begins.
Does. This one is weird.
Yeah, it is pretty weird. But hey, we're in the same dream. That's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
Oh. Is it magic that makes you, like, is it you get angry and you get bigger? Or is it something, like, is it tied to you? Or...
I don't know. It's always been this way.
Oh. And do you go back to being a boy again? Or do you just, this is it now, you are, you know, you're Westland, like got the
Sometimes
whole six-pack thing going?
Sometimes I am a tree. Some dreams I have been the rain. I have sung songs, danced with fire, and worn crowns, and I've seen crowns broken. But when and how, it's fuzzy. I know that now this is different. This is it's not going how it should be. There is something missing.
Do you know what it is?
I'm
Oh, is Chicken always with you in your dreams? Or is this new?
Chicken is sometimes in the dreams. Sometimes I do not see Chicken, do not remember Chicken. Maybe I am just now remembering Chicken in this dream and think that I have seen Chicken. I remember Chicken was at the edge of the woods in that dream. It gets a bit hazy in the middle.
Do you ever just speak to Chicken?
Chicken's never spoken back.
Well, maybe that's something you should go to class for. It might be possible at some point in your life to speak with this animal.
Where do I go for that?
If that's a class that you're interested in, I'll make sure that you get to attend. Things are going to speed up a little bit for you. When we get busy with these classes and stuff, I just don't lose track of time. Stay in the moment. Be present. This is a good dream. You don't want to wake up yet.
It's hard to lose time. We are so close to... Days are numbered.
Well, I know sometimes these things seem out of our hands and out of our control. But if it helps, time is just an illusion, a concept that's made up by people to track the day. It's as real as anything else in this dream. So instead of worrying about where your time is going, just worry about spending the rest of your time with the things that you like and the people that you like. And Chicken here, and Chicken just does this, he's like scratching behind the ear. It's like scratching with the foot.
I will do that. But I am counting the days. Maybe there will be another point where I lose time. Lost the whole summer.
Well, just make sure you don't lose the rest of it. And if it starts to feel unhealthy, whatever this change you're going through is, please go see our nurse. Or at least talk to Remington. I like you. I think you'd be a good fit here at the school. Just want to make sure that you're okay.
Find where the summer went. Let me know. I'd like to have that back.
Well, the summer has gone, but the summer will also come again, so...
Not in this dream.
Maybe. I don't think every dream is the same, on purpose. I think we have new and unique dreams every time because the things that we have as ambitions or goals or wants or needs or desires change, even by the hour. So to get lost in a moment or in a dream is just a reflection of how we feel at that time.
You're right. Maybe this one summer comes before winter. But after autumn. It's possible. I shouldn't be expecting the world to go as it does.
Yes.
It is different in every dream.
But that's not always a bad thing.
No. At least in this one, that's been without conflict. That's been peaceful. This is
Enjoy the rest of your day, Weston. And know that if you are worried of walking in the woods alone, I'll be there. You can call me and I'll come to you. If you're worried about the missing summers and how this impacts you physically, we should take a look at this. See what it is that's happening. See if it only happens, for example, when you're under pressure, or what it is that judges this. Stay close to your allies. I think you will find that they can be a lot more helpful to you than you think.
that is one constant in all dreams. Can't always trust your allies.
Well, I have found those that I can trust and those that I would never leave. And no matter what dream I'm in, they'll always be present. It's okay for you to find that too. It just takes time and understanding. communication.
You know, it'd be really good if they spoke a useful language.
Yeah. Maybe you should start introducing yourself in different languages and see if people can speak the same language, because that might make your life a whole lot easier.
Just teach them, like, you know, proper language. Like, why don't they just speak Vertitheel? It's easy. It's like,
again, with that's, like, I don't know if people have called it that in hundreds of years.
That's its proper name.
Okay, I mean, I'm not trying to have a go or nothing.
Thanks for talking with me.
You too.
For letting me know I can go in there. A lot of my answers are in.
I think you'd be surprised at who can speak what in a place like this. There are people who can learn almost any language at the snap of fingers, so it might be good to expose yourself to the people respectfully expose yourself to the people within the confines of this building, as well as explore these woodlands. Get to know the island, not just the specific pieces, but as a whole.
I will know this island very well soon.
As she starts to walk away, she's like, also, I'm really thankful that thing is going away because it scares the shit out of me. That is definitely alive, right? She points to the ship.
Yeah, like, what the hell is that?
I don't know. Every
like,
time.
What kind of creature they have, like, bound to that thing?
Yeah, it comes here every year, and it looks bigger and more magnificent every time.
Turtle.
Freaks me out.
Like,
give me a good wooden ship. I'll take the extra time. It's fine.
I mean, yeah. That's a real boat.
As you watch her walk away, there's a second set of footprints walking with her, but like the footprint is probably the size of her entire torso each time, and they disappear into the sand and fade away.
Normal, perfectly normal.
Her chair disappears, but yours remains until you're done, and when you're done, it disappears as well.
Wait till dawn, and then I go back in at dawn to go back in and get breakfast.
And as you're on your way past, you see Decker walk past you down towards the beach, unknowingly walking towards the guys. But I guess we'll find out about that after break. So we'll take a wee pause, a little pause.
A wee feed.
That's it.
Awesome. I need to brush so many cat hairs off all my stuff.
Sorry.
What's the name of the cat?
Tano.
Tano, yeah.
Best cat ever.
Yeah,
He's
like,
a
For
little
those
cat.
listening to the audio podcast for the past 20 minutes or so, Kian has had like a cat just assaulting him in the video.
So cute.
It is very hard to concentrate because I'm like, Katie! But at the same time, I'm like, I must have this deep, meaningful conversation.
Yes. And also when there's like a cat's butt like right in the camera.
You did well to
Okay, like-
censor it though.
Yeah.
Trying to censor the cat
Trying to
butt.
censor the cat butt so we don't get
It's one of those
demonetized.
like little cat butt jewels, you know, like you put it
Oh
over there. in the
no,
butthole.
John,
Yeah.
no.
That's it.
Just like
The
it
jazz on the
blings,
cat.
you know. Yeah. That way it's totally clean. It's totally fine.
So we're going to go on a little break. Those of you who are watching on Twitch, you will see some advertisements pop up about 5 minutes into the break. Thank you for your patience. Sorry if any of them popped up during it. We're still trying to figure out how to do this. I have it set to pause, but it's, you know, they just still run, I guess. There's only a certain limit. I have them on the longest possible extension we can do, but Twitch has their own rules about how this stuff works, and we're still working to try and figure out how to make that happen so it doesn't interrupt the flow of the show, because we really don't want it to interrupt the flow. We want the advertisements to be here in our dedicated ad space.
Just subscribe and go ad free.
That's also a possibility. If you've got them Bezos dollars, the Primes subs, so you can do those as well.
Prime subs.
You get special shoutouts and alerts and stuff in chat and all sorts of stuff. But for now, we're going to take a little break. It'll be about 10 minutes long. For those on YouTube, it'll just go and it'll be done. Because we cut damn ad breaks out. And when we get back, we will find out what Dash has to say to Samuel Decker before he departs from the Crescent Pearl. I was about to say the Wandering Isles, but he's not leaving the Wandering Isles. He's just leaving the Crescent Pearl. But until then, we'll be back shortly. Thank you.
See you in a bit, guys.
Ciao.
We are back. I always say that too early for the cut, but hell, I'm too excited. What's up, boys? You guys ready? We kick back in?
Hell yeah.
Bring it on.
With that, Mr. Decker walks past Westlin. He doesn't have a third arm this time. And he's
Hey.
heading further down. Are you actually saying hey to him, or are you saying hey because of a third arm? Oh. Yeah?
Why does your metal thing live?
What? My metal thing, my arm? It's
No.
it's a robotic.
What point of
The
the
boat?
ship?
The boat? I very much does not live.
Then it is bad spells
No,
that
it's
keeps
mechanics.
it.
Mechanism, robotics, cybernetics. There's a lot of words for it.
Is that new bad spells?
No, it's just not living. It's no more living than this concrete on the building.
But it breathes. And it's warm.
It's warm because of the arcane energy flowing through it, and it doesn't breathe, it just shoots out steam for the engine.
What?
Next time I come back, you let me know that you want to take a look at it. We'll sort something out.
You show me its heart.
Engine.
Is there
You
something
know
like-
the
like-
way, if you have a horse and a cart, the horse is the heart of the cart. It's pulling the cart. Yes?
Yes.
Well, I have a machine that I built that can do that instead of horses. Or fish.
There are spells that make a dead horse breathe and move.
Sure.
And that is not a boat. That has a heart and breathes. And
Okay.
you use bad spells.
I can see that this conversation is probably going to go in a circle, so I'll just agree with you.
Knew it!
He's like, yes, very good. Well, enjoy your day of school. Bye, person. And he just walks down the beach.
I will stare him down. This evil man.
He doesn't even look back to see you staring him down.
Yeah, he gets ready to walk away.
Madriana, what are you up to?
Yeah, so as he's walking down to us, I'm once again on my pack on my side. I'm kind of just tapping away, but essentially Dash and Alyssa will understand. Tell anyone about what you saw about me, and I will break your neck.
Information is much better if it's a secret.
No idea what you're talking about.
I think she's talking about the fact that she's a bird person.
Shut up.
Someone that likes information, you don't have to have a big mouth.
I like
She's
to use the
not-
information sarcastically. That's my best weapon.
She lacks social skills.
Oh, please. Out of the two of us. You barely put your
Out of
tie
the
on
two
in the
of
morning.
us? Really? Out of the two of us?
Out of the two of us.
It's strange how out of the two of you, I still prefer him. That's how bad you are.
The tides will turn. Anyway, your target, instead of
That's
looking
okay.
at me, should
No.
you not be looking at him?
Shall I then?
Go on.
She does not.
Very well. Take my shoes off. And my socks. Stuff my socks into my shoes. Then start walking in his general direction. And once I'm kind of within earshot. Ah, Mr. Decker, you're
Oh,
up early.
please tell me it's not about living ships. I can't have this conversation again.
Living ships. Is your ship alive?
Oh, I gotta go. I'm late. I got an appointment. He just starts walking.
Wait, no, you've sorry, you've confused me. I've never heard of a living
I'm
ship before.
That seems like it would be very easy to do. I'm sorry, pal. He just taps you on the back.
You're away then, I take it. It's been good to see you again. I do have a query if I imagine you're a busy man, but I do have a query if you can spare me 30 seconds.
He just looks over at the boat and he's like, yeah, Okay.
We can walk that way and
Even better.
and
Let's go.
talk.
Yeah.
Let's do that. I'm curious about you. I assume your ship isn't. You were speaking to Wesley, weren't you?
Is he the blue tattooed man who walks around with some sort of canine?
With a fox, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he seems. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. He seems to think your ship is alive somehow.
Yeah, I got that impression. It was very hard to explain what an engine is, and I don't have that kind of time, so.
We tried. Yeah, just best to just agree and carry on with your day.
Surprisingly, that's just what I did. Yeah.
Huh, wonderful. I am quite
He
curious about
starts
that.
walking a little bit faster.
It is a magnificent vessel. You mentioned you built an engine for it. Would it be possible to see it at any point?
Yeah, next time I come back, you guys can take a look around. We can do a tour.
Oh, wonderful. When
We're
are
working
you...
on the Omega 2, so you might even get to see a better one.
The Omega 2. So,
Well, this
so
is
this
the
is
SS
gonna be
Omega 1, and we're working on Omega 2, which is going to be bigger, better, faster, and stronger.
magnificent. And what kind of time frame are you looking at for that project?
Should be done roughly around the end of this year.
Oh, that's impressive speed. I imagine if it's bigger, it must be in progress already, or have you just started?
You told me that you're from Palparoth, right?
Correct. Yes. At this point of order, I'm trying to, just so you know what I'm up to. I'm trying to keep him talking right up to walking onto the ship, and
Cool.
keep him talking about himself, basically.
All right. Well, here's the thing. So, the Omega 1 was a pet project. It was something to see if we could make it happen. But we're working with Ardo in Palparoth, the Astrological Research Development Organization.
Yes, I'm familiar.
Yeah, they are working on something really special for this, which should make it go significantly faster.
Wonderful. That sounds like it takes an immense amount of, well, mathematics, science, potentially some arcane influence.
The problem we have, and the problem that we're facing, he stops now. He's super engrossed and he wants anything to talk about himself. Dash can relate. Right. So here's the thing, right? So the ship itself, okay, this ship is not sustainable. So we can move it across the Isles, that's fine. But if we head out off the Isles and we try and go in search of new lands, the same thing happens to us that happens to everyone else. Either we freeze over, we die, we sink, we don't come back. But Ardo, they're looking up. They want to see if there's something that way. And if we can use that technology that they're using for that on this, we might just be able to get this out of the Isles and see what's beyond.
That is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, that's an incredible problem to attempt to overcome. Like, how do you even begin to comprehend that?
Well, who knows? Are we the only people on this planet? Who knows? While they study upwards to see if there's other people there, we study downwards. These strange threats keep popping up. They have to be coming from somewhere. Maybe the answer lies out there. And if we're successful, then, well, that could change everything.
Good, absolutely. And that must take a immense amount of power and energy to move a ship in that direction. I imagine that's one of the first obstacles you'll need to overcome. How do you move that mass?
With the issues that the Navy have been facing recently, between you and me, there are great threats that keep attacking them. Recently, Chimera Squadron, one of the famous naval fleets, they got attacked. If they could have something like this, we could give them Omega 1. They might be able to protect the waters of these realms, and therefore we could start exploring the idea of bringing law to the lawless. Uniting these isles completely.
Well, that is a very honorable goal. Congratulations, I suppose. That is, in terms of intellectual feats, that is probably up there with one of the most magnificent I have heard of, if it's achieved, of course, but it sounds like you are confident.
I think I read you wrong. What's your name? I like you. You're a lot better than I initially thought. That's on me.
Oh, quite right. Dash Heidman, reach out and shake his hand.
Heidman, don't know the name, but I'll remember it in future. Dash, thank you.
Well, if you need someone of higher quality garments in Palparoth, look at my mother. She is one of the most talented tailors.
I don't think she can make things like what I wear. But if we need somebody for the company, need uniforms or something, we'll take a look.
Absolutely. Should I escort you?
Oh no, that's quite
Just
alright.
out of-
My security is waiting up there, and they would rip you limb from them should you try and step on the ship. So instead of doing that, I will leave you here on the dock. I will go, and I'll be back in a few months, and we can continue this very, very interesting conversation.
It has been an absolute pleasure.
He
Safe
stops
travels.
for a second. He's like, you know what? You too. And he shakes your hand. Something he hasn't particularly done with a lot of people, but he gives you an actual hearty shake. And he walks up there, and you just see this magnificently tall, very strong, large man looking down on the docks at you. And then as Decker goes on, the security go up, and then they go on. Ironclad stares down at you, and he just kicks the board, and the board goes over to the dock and like falls off on the other side.
I'll just give him a little wink and a wave.
He just closes this big metallic door that looks like all of your party couldn't move it at once. And as he does, just this sound as it seals, and the ship itself begins to make a noise, like this hum. Not like an engine as you would know it in this world, not like a car engine, but more like this high-pitched sound with a low resonant, like below it. And the ship just starts to set sail, and it goes faster than like any ship you've ever seen. It's just incredible.
I'll make my way back towards...
You turn around to go, and Liz
Well,
is standing there. Well,
as you may see, I didn't get on. He was in quite a rush, but a connection has been made. I
interesting.
think...
Maybe we can
Certain doors.
exploit this later.
Yes, I hope so.
Oh, I forgot her
My
accent. My bad.
God, he is an arrogant prick.
Yes, they come in pairs.
Thank you, I think.
Well, Mr. Arrogant Prick, should we join your friends?
Yes, let's. Lovely
She
morning.
looks
Sweet
towards the
morning.
ship as it goes away, and she's just like, ah, such wealth we could have had.
Let's put one arm on her shoulder. Better to come. Come on, let's go.
She walks with you.
I'm just kind of beckon to Amedriana. Well, interesting fellow. Not giving much away, but they're working on a bigger ship. Apparently the Navy's been attacked quite frequently, and they want to provide them some sort of better defense.
Did they say where it's been attacked?
From below?
The group
Nothing
is
specific.
together except for Westland and Slate. They're not with you.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily be hiding the conversation from them, just
Okay.
directing it towards Amedriana.
Just making sure that you're aware of the contextual situation.
I meant where in the world, not where on the ship.
We didn't get to that. I was too busy schmoozing and getting him to talk about himself.
He's quite skilled at that. Yes. Takes one to know one, you know.
Absolutely. I play my part well.
Pricks come
And
in
then-
pairs, so they say.
Yes, I'm just saying that. That's actually quite interesting.
Anyway, I think I've made a good connection with him, so doors shall be opened down the line.
Yeah.
We'll play the long game on this one.
And I guess I could say well done, but okay done, we'll say this time.
A win is a win. We'll take what we can.
Yes.
You two look into Eos and Hatsu. That was a wonderful show of skill there.
Eos is making a good effort to clean off any sand from Hatsu's outfit.
Hatsu,
Yes.
you continue to scare the shit out of me.
It was good to see you creating a better stance for yourself, Eos. Nice to see the improvements.
Every day is a new opportunity, and I will strive to do my best.
It is indeed. Actually, with that, Melissa, would you
Oh.
care to spar?
Oh, goodness. fighting is not my strong suit. Can I nominate a contender? I pick Hatsu.
I'd rather find out what you're about.
My skills are not in the combat area. They are more in the deception and thievery area. Speaking of which, I have an appointment to try and find out what is in that vault below this building. And I would like to make it.
Have you ever heard what they do to thieves?
No, because I've never gotten caught. I've never had need to find out.
There's always a first time, I guess.
We'll see. Dash here is quite clumsy after all.
Will be tricky to make your money in future when you lose your hands.
Depends on how I lose them and what I use to replace them. Anywho, friends, compatriots, allies, whatever you are, I bid you adieu. She starts walking up the beach. For the first time, making no effort to kind of hide or, like, avoid being seen.
Hatsu's looking towards Dash and he goes, she's not very confident
Dash
in her
is watching
skills.
Lissa leave. Huh? What?
She's not very confident in her skills if she's asking for help all the time, isn't she?
Oh, well, she's good at what she's good at, but she also knows
Apparently she's
what
quite
she's
good at
not
walking away.
good at.
Because Dash is watching it.
I hate to see you go, but I love to watch you walk away.
That's it. Dash is just living up to it.
I heard a bear with her cubs moving more silent than you two.
I am not surprised.
Will you stop watching her behind?
Sorry, distracted. Wait, what?
Are you here just for a job, Dash?
He's here just to
No.
watch, apparently.
No, I'm here to learn. Speaking of which, you offered sparring?
Yes.
I'm game if you are.
If I win, you have nothing more to do with her schemes, and instead choose to take your education as you say you want.
Sounds like I have nothing to lose then.
Okay.
Did Dash not want anything in return? That's like the craziest. If she wins, she wins. If she loses, she wins.
Now the thing is, although there's no
Dash just
honor,
wants one of the girls.
Yeah.
He doesn't care which.
although they say there's no honor among thieves, for someone to go back on a sparring challenge agreement, that's punishable by death.
Fair enough.
So we'll have to see what he gets up to. So Adriana will take her stance. She'll give a little look to Eos and, a cheeky little wink. Not that you'll see the light blink out, but you won't actually see the eye, wink as such. Do you wish to go first?
Both of you can roll a d20 for me if you like, and then whoever wins can determine.
Good roll to start. That's only just better though.
A 2 and a 6, so 2 to Dash, 6 to Madriana. Madriana, you determine who goes first.
Can I just confirm? Is this first to 3?
First to 3
Or
chaps,
is it-
usually, yeah. But you guys can set your own rules, but that's what we've been doing so far.
Okay, but in that case, I'm gonna go first.
Nice.
I'm not gonna give him the advantage. No way. Shit, we have things we can do things with, right? That's right. Yeah, there's a thing there that I can press. That's right. It's been a while. Does a 21 hit?
It does indeed.
I'm gonna roll this.
Are you doing damage to him?
10 points of damage. The first one, I'm just gonna give him a little nick on the cheek as I just.
I'll let you pick how much out of the 10 you give to him.
It's like literally like a point. It's just to know that I can get to your skin if I want to.
Cool.
Not in any way that it would scar at all.
Good to know.
He needs to have his pretty face because he's got little else.
Does a 16 hit?
That's a good fucking question. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So as you nick dash, you before you even realize his rapier is at your cheek at the exact same moment, or just milliseconds after you've nicked him.
Touche.
And he just postures up again, like just kind of what's the French style, right in front of the face.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's gonna hit. No damage.
24. Yeah, it's just for the audio listeners.
So this time, as she lunges in towards him with her rapier, she deliberately like slides it off to like the right of his shoulder, and instead elbow checks him in the other shoulder.
Ooh. Okay.
Like gets him nice and close.
All right. She slams into him, kind of letting him know that she's as agile as he is. Nat 20, Kian. God damn. Dash got a 25 on a nat 20. Insane.
And as you're doing that, as you elbow check him, you catch him across the jaw. He rolls with it, rolls off you, and has his rapier at the back of your neck.
Crazy.
Oh, it's about time we saw that skill. Let's go. So far she's quietly impressed. $15.
15 will hit.
So if you hit, we have to go to sudden death. Well, that definitely hits.
20.
So
So
I
both
imagine,
at the same time, like.
yeah, I imagine at this point we're in this kind of like, you ever seen the film Equilibrium?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
love
when
that
he's
movie.
fighting the
So
guy and
good.
it's like, and they're just like moving around each other that way. That's how I imagine. We're almost in like this salsa dance around each other at this point, like waving the swords, and it's like tap, tap on each other kind of thing. That's how I imagine it anyway.
Yeah, or just end with both having the rapiers to each other's chest kind of situation.
Mm.
Oh. Impressive. One more?
Do you want to call it a draw before you lose?
I'd rather see what you're made of. On guard.
That's the spirit. It's a 25.
It's
14.
Misses. So with this one, as she pulls it in, coming up right in close to you, she swings round as if she's like turning her back to you, and then like slams into you, so you're like behind her, but she's got her sword next to your side, and she goes like that, just tinks it off the side of your armor, like your turn.
Well, I call that your win if we're going sudden death.
go for the jugular.
Very well.
Last roll then. Ooh, 21 hits though.
Yeah, so what he'll do, he'll just drop the rapier from one hand and just pull the dagger out and up against the cheek.
Maybe you're not quite useless after all.
I'm full of surprises.
You are. And I can't wait to see what else you've got.
I'm sure you see plenty. Then put the dagger back and offer a hand.
She just walks away. Turns.
As they were talking and putting back their knives and stuff, Hatsu's gonna sneak up behind both of them and touches both shoulders like, you like a little couple of cups. I'd like to see it.
Thank you, Hatsu.
Thank you, Mama Bear Hatsu.
And just bow slightly to Hatsu.
Nani?
Nani.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I could use some breakfast. These early morning swims do wonderful for the appetite.
Is that it, so Dash? No more dirty little thievery?
You said swims. Have you been swimming with your
Yeah, who's
clothes?
swimming? In clothing?
You
I was swimming.
look a little wet, as you mentioned it.
Yes, I was swimming. He's just kind of he'd make eye contact with Eos, but make no response to that. But you would see his expression sour a little bit.
Did you lose another bet or something? Why didn't you take your clothes off?
I was in a rush.
Why have you been in a rush then?
It's not healthy to swim with your clothes on.
He was just washing off the dirt. Wasn't you, Dash?
That's it.
You call her mommy?
My mother's back in Palbroth.
Seems like there's a lot of women around you telling you what to do.
Women are full of knowledge the men in my life couldn't hope to match.
That you talking or your third leg?
That is me talking.
Who are you then?
If we're done with mocking me,
I'm not mocking you. We am practicing.
You boys can be such vulgar peasants. Eos, do you care to join me for breakfast? And she'll hold her arm out
Starving, yes.
and start walking off up the beach with Eos, arm in arm.
At this point, because
She's saltier than your clothes.
at this point, as you walk in, the place is crowded. There's tons of people. You find, possibly, it'd be up to you, John, but I would imagine they find Westland somewhere here with chicken.
Yeah, having a hearty breakfast.
just point of order, Dash is actually going to not go to the mess hall. He's going to divert and march up to the bedchambers.
Oh, Wes, what's for breakfast? What delights do we have? And I say that in wild speak.
Well, when the autumn sets in, it's good to have the bounty of your harvest, cheese and preserved meats, strong beer.
May I ask that you maybe make me a plate of what you think I should eat?
He gestures to his own plate and says, "These are the times when we have experienced a great harvest. We share.
Then she'll sit down next to him and invite Eos to sit with them as well, and start finger tucking into the food that's around us.
Heck yeah.
That Wes has already.
I'll call for more.
Yeah.
Expand the dish."
Obviously unable to understand a single word they're saying, Eos will summon up a granola bowl with like fruit and little nuts inside of it and a big mug of black coffee.
I'm just going to need an EOS menu at some
Like
point.
I'm thinking part of our merch table is going to be like Rory just makes us a cookbook because
Yeah. And EOS's cookbook, yes, absolutely. I'm on board. Sold.
You gonna have to call it Eos or no?
Yes, yes.
Dash, what are you doing?
Changing out these wet clothes. putting on the suit and gonna use that magic table to summon up some breakfast.
Okay.
And just sit there for a while. At the window again, with the journal open, just kind of taking note of anything
Just birds
out of the
and
window.
casual things, yeah.
Yeah,
Nothing
so just
major.
gonna do a few sketches, a little bit of writing.
Cool.
Just pass the time until someone comes back into the room, I guess.
While he is sketching and like I imagine he's like sketching and in between he's trying to eat something, right?
Yeah, he's back
Is
in the
that
room
correct?
though. I don't know if you went back to the room or
Yeah.
not, but yeah. Okay, yeah.
Hatsu would have followed him, I would say. And while he is sketching, he puts like his bandana filled with 6 power balls in front of his face, just like popping up.
Yes. What's that?
You want to pursue your training, this will be your food from now on. You eat them once a day in the morning.
I think you may have misunderstood what level of training I'm looking at. I don't think I have the discipline to dedicate
No.
my entire life, but I would like a
You
bit of...
have missed what it means to dedicate yourself to your training.
I cannot dedicate myself heart and soul to it, but I was hoping to learn from you at a lesser level. I can't hope to be what you are.
Well, if you want to be steam, you first have to know what it means to be water.
Very well, I'll give it a go for a while. Can I have one now?
So you're setting yourself up for failure in advance? Is that what you're doing?
Well, until I fail, I don't know.
Well, you just suggested that you will do it for a certain time.
It may not suit my skill set. There's other measurements of success.
There is a saying, someone who's holding up every door will live his life in the hall.
I'll put it to you this way. I don't yet know what door I will go through. But I would like to have a look through them
sneak
first.
in and lurk into every room, but you can't be in every room. You have to decide what is your realm.
I shall kind of think for a moment. Someone else said something very similar to me recently. Perhaps I
Leave
should
it
listen.
to you. You can either advance your training and follow the guides, or you leave it and lose yourself in the ways you always do by running away from your difficulties.
And make eye contact with Hatsu. And you kind of see this, like the pupils have widened a bit, like he's had an epiphany. Yeah, absolutely right. Thank you, Hatsu. I think I know which door is mine. I won't partake in the Powerballs. But thank you.
And what
And-
learned you have?
That's a secret I'll keep for myself just now. You'll know soon enough. But just kind of bow slightly. I greatly appreciate your wisdom. It genuinely, it has been very helpful. Arigato.
And while he's putting out the last phrase, I would imagine Hatsu is still like behind him and like looking over. And while he's talking and he's sneaking away in his room to privately eat his power balls.
No problem. The days move on a little.
Go back to sketching.
No worries. The days move on a little. The time comes for you all to begin your classes. So as previously discussed, classes are amalgamations of different facets of what you've already built as your character. Technically, this is you turning level 1. You have just been level 0 commoners with some extra flashy skills until now. So, with that in mind, I'm going to go from each of you. I'm going to do a character alphabetically. And I want to know what proficiencies you have to do your classes in. I don't need to know what your class is. I don't need to know what your race is. None of that stuff. I just need to know what your proficiencies are, so that those are your classes as you move forward. Alongside the things that would be normally catered to your specific player class, or character class, I should say, and then character race stuff as well, but we'll delve into that a little bit later. Ryan, talk to me a bit about what classes you are taking or signing up for with the Madriana.
Do we have to sign up with all the things we're proficient with, or just what we want?
Technically, what I'm going for here is that you're actually not proficient in anything yet. I'm allowing it for the sake of D&D with the rolls and stuff like that, but I'm narratively explaining how you got your proficiencies, so that when you're level 15 and we're like, how? Like, you're so proficient at history, like, this would be our way of explaining your character getting that.
Okay. Well, the things I have proficiency in are deception, history, investigation, perception, persuasion,
Oh my god.
sleight of hand,
The hell?
and dice.
So, 8. 8 things?
I also have expertise in stealth and thieves' tools.
Okay, so it's 10 things. You're taking 10 classes, basically. 2 of which, obviously, you excel at. Your classes are lined up to be very busy. So during each day, there will be a class or 2 that you need to attend, and probably 2 to be fair. They're big classes. Some of them are general. So they talk about the general things of, like, ways to be good at deception, or, for example, things like dice you pick up at, like, by playing against people or with your friends or whatever. You just wanted to take a common trait or skill, and that was what you chose.
I was quite used to playing it in the streets against other kids to earn a few quid.
Tell me about Amadriana's first week of classes. If you prefer, I can talk to everyone first and see what classes they're in.
No,
some of you may join
that's
up.
fine.
Okay.
I'd say definitely to start with, that initial challenge kind of threw her a little bit, because she didn't know what to expect, but that still didn't stop her being surprised by what she actually got. So going into these classes, she's very unsure about kind of how these classes are going to run. Once she gets into the classes though, and she starts running with these things that she's been used to using very, very often, she gets more into the flow of it and develops more into it as such. So she's already been to the library. She's loving going back there to learn the history of the world, to learn things to do with like what's happened and what she can know and what she can't know, that kind of stuff. But then she's also excited about the idea of being able to hone specific skills. Like, she wants to be able to make sure that people don't fully understand her. So being able to hide things and move around and do those kinds of things, she feels very, very at ease at that.
Right.
I'd say that's pretty much her week.
Okay. If you get any inspirations or ideas or anything as we go through each person, the same going for all of you, you're welcome to chime in at a respectable way. Don't cut somebody off or anything, but like, you're welcome to chime in and say, oh, I might be a part of that or something as well, because some of you may join up in classes and stuff like that too.
I will say one of my classes to be particularly sneaky in that sort of sense is essentially our tutor, whoever it might be, challenges us to be unseen for the whole day, but be within the school.
I'll tell you who your tutors are as we go anyway, but
Yeah.
You'll know.
So, hey, Adriana, I didn't see you in class yesterday. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a list of what the teachers do and stuff. We'll go through that as well. Next up would be Dash. Why don't you tell me about the classes that you're taking?
Yeah, so I suppose the proficiencies, first of all, acrobatics, insight, persuasion, sleight of hand, stealth, cards, disguise kit, and also dex and intelligence for saves, as well as expertise in thieves' tools and deception. So Dash would kind of attend, say, like the sword classes, the finesse weaponry classes. He'd be very eager to attend those and spar, learn some new moves. He's kind of learned on the go street fighting essentially in Palparoth rather than having any specific tutor. Now, he did obviously get a bit of education in how to hold himself from his mentor back in Palparoth, and that fed into his style of fighting with the rapier. And then he would take something akin to a psychology class, which he would find very interesting to learn about the human mind and how easy it is to deceive and persuade, given the right, presentation, push the right buttons, so to speak. And he would be excelling in that, particularly in the art of deception and insight to a certain extent. And similar to Adriana, then the stealth and sleight of hand class, he would kind of he'd be keen to try in those classes to plant various things on his classmates rather than steal in this instance. So just little things, bits of paper, feathers, bits of, try to, I don't know, if you touch here and draw with a quill here, that kind of thing. Just kick me on someone's back at some point.
Mm-hmm. I had this visual as well of Madriana and Dash maybe sitting across the table from each other with like a safe or something, and they're both like using their tools to unlock it, and it's like trying to get quicker than each other constantly, and relock it, okay, redo it, relock it, and they're just kind of, a bit of friendly competition, but it's more to actually help each other improve as well.
Okay. Is there anything else that Dash would be doing for his first week?
And then if there's a class in like makeup or something similar, he'd have a weird talent for that somehow as well. Just to cover the disguise kit, just weirdly good with wigs and paints and makeups.
There is a class for that.
Yeah, other than that, outside of the classes, very kind of out of character for what the party would know. He's a bit reserved and not speaking a whole lot. Spends a lot of time by the window, writing, sketching. He's very eager to keep that book hidden, which I assume Medriana would take note of. And just in his room as well. Other than that, not really interacting a whole lot outside of the classes.
Yeah. Okay. Eos, tell me about week 1 for you.
Absolutely. So in terms of proficiencies, Arcana, History, Insight, Investigation, Perception, she would have a very strong, keen interest in finesse weapons. Anything regarding, of course, good old library reading, because of her certain background, she'd be excelling in that.
Mm-hmm.
There's not much else she has, to be perfectly honest. No tools.
Tell me about how Eos functions in these classes, how she performs, what's she doing. Tell me a little bit about Eos on a more personal level in this experience.
Oh, this is going to be a big problem for her. She's socially inept, as anyone's probably noticed so far.
Yeah.
So she's going to be at the back of the class, keeping to herself, paying keen attention to what's being taught.
So she's, like she keeps to herself.
Mm-hmm.
If you spot your compatriots in class, is that something that you would move towards or away from as Eos?
In class, she'll nod and wave, but she won't make an effort to go up and talk to them because she's so focused on what's currently happening.
She wants to learn.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, so you have a pretty quiet first week. You engage in your classes, you don't miss a single one. You go to each one, you pay special attention when you get opportunities to spar, to learn, or to fight, or to improve skills, especially with something that's so sentimental and important to you.
Mm-hmm.
With that, I will jump to Mr. Hatsu. Tell me about your experience on week 1, sir.
So, first of all, Hatsu is a lot about his wisdom-related stuff from his grandfather. So he is looking for stuff that his grandfather would have told him, and he is particularly good in reading people's movement.
Yeah.
And predict stuff. He has a very unique ability to be aware of his surroundings, like a picturesque memory, if you want to phrase it like that. And he has quite a reliable talent to not get surprised at all. His second strength is his stealthiness, because he can read a lot through movement of people. He also understands quite good how to evade things and eyes and ears. So he's very proficient with that as well.
Yeah.
From his mother's side, he was taught how to move, how to flow with the movement, how to become one with the movement. So he's also very dedicated to his daily practices, and when it comes to acrobatics, combined with his proficiency with his katana and his ninja toe and his tanto, he's also very keen in his movements and used to do attacks twice as fast as people normally would do. That's why he's also very proficient in his athletics. So he also knows how to move in between spaces and how to estimate distances and spaces between him and his enemies. There is one more thing that he's very proficient in based on his background and his past and his specialized training that he was out to do, and that is nature. He has a very deep connection to nature, and he observed nature to understand what it needs to be, what it needs to have, what it needs you to have to become one with your surroundings, basically.
Right.
That's where he also learned how to turn several herbs and stuff into things that would boost your nutrition or help you to heal, things like that.
Okay. Yeah, so Hatsu has a very eventful week. It's packed full of different new experiences for him based on the things that he's already encountered in life, which is nice. He spends the week like deeply into his classes, the different things that he can do, learning to advance these skills, these specific skill sets for him. Having likely a more challenging time trying to figure things out might be Westlin. How's he getting on? Tell me, John.
Oh, none of this makes any sense to him. He's got animal handling.
That's an easy
So
one. Yeah, he would go
it's
with
easy.
chicken. Yeah.
But he's looking for like shepherding 101. Do they offer that here? Like
It
how
would be
to
part of a class,
do
yeah.
animal husbandry?
It's called animal handling, yeah. It would be named after the skill set, yeah.
So I mean, like, I'm sure he sits in that class and is a little confused because it's not really sheep, cows, I'm sure, and it's either like more esoteric handling of animals is a bit beyond his grasp at the moment. He's proficient in deception, but I think that's just because he tries to get away with what he could with his mom. Eating that berry pie. Proficient in insight and perception. I'm not sure if he would seek out classes for those per se. Not at least not just yet. And he's proficient in survival, which may be something that he probably would do. Maybe is actively doing, just trying to figure this place out, how it interacts with the woods nearby, or the mountains, or the ocean, how this place changes a little bit from time to time. He also is pleased to enroll in the herbalism class. Although, while he thought this would be also familiar, it is not. They're talking in probably considerably more technical terms than he's used to. With his training, his initial training in that. He is also proficient with cook's utensils, cobbler's tools, and pan flute, but some of those are a bit mercurial.
Some of those he also would have learned on his way here, rather than at here, which is okay.
He does have a sleep a couple days before, maybe during that first week. Seemingly overnight, picks up a new set of skills. Proficient with new tools, seeks out new classes, seeking out carpentry and leatherworking. He spends a lot of time out of the building as well, wandering the edge of the woods, still not entirely confident enough to go in. Probably midweek, he seeks out I forget her name off the top of my head, the nature teacher, the satyr. Feening. See if she can make chicken talk.
Oh, let me have a look, actually. I believe she could. She can. Yeah. I'm just checking the ruling on that. I believe she can talk to him. Yeah. Yeah, she can. She can. Well, she can speak to Chicken. Yeah.
How do you do that?
Well, it's something you learn to do using your innate abilities. Some people would refer to it as spellcasting. Chicken says he wants more chicken.
He always wants more chicken.
Yeah, he just wanted me to tell you.
Isn't casting spells bad? Isn't trying to do those things bad?
I think it depends on what you use it for. Good and bad is relative to you and to what you do with it. There are heroes and there are villains in every story.
There were no witches in Abaddon. I certainly am not one.
Well, witch is an old term. We don't really only have wizards and witches anymore. There was a long time where magic was non-existent, and then it became a good thing, and then it became a very bad thing. But here in this place, you are safe. This is a safe space to use this magic. Out in the real world, it's a little bit more tricky.
Does it just naturally happen? Just like, does it possess you or something?
Oh no. She sits down with you, and over the next few days of your first week, she sort of guides you in the way of spellcasting. More about like a little bit of the history of it, but more in the practical sense of like, here's how you cast a spell. Teaching you about how to focus on something, and she asks if you have a focus, bringing up the idea of you. Obviously, I believe you got something when you left Anbadan, right? Yeah.
He does have his gives her she gave him two things, a book and a rod, so he gives Delphine both.
Yeah. In that sense, she teaches you with the rod or the wand or whatever, the stick that you got, to teach you how to sort of channel and focus that power that's within you. Is this the first time voluntarily Westland has cast a spell?
He has memories, they're fuzzy, of doing all sorts of things. Devouring the sun, setting the world alight with butterflies, walking on water, turning mountains into clouds, little fancies, probably daydreams.
Nice. Are you talking to Delphine about these things?
Yeah, I mean, to a point, I think. I think as part of feedback of I guess maybe acknowledge that he understands a little bit what she's talking about, or doesn't understand, and tries to put them in terms of things that he would imagine he could do. You know, if you were, you know, when you're on the field and you think about the clouds and then you turn them into shapes, you know, like that's sometimes it works and it's magic, right? That's how that works.
Yeah. She talks about her dreams and how similar they are in that sense. But she talks about what's called a constant. So within her dreamscape, she always has something that is constant to her. She refers to that as Zephyr.
So like a thing that is in your dream often or all the time?
somewhere that can be found within my dream.
Is that here?
Always.
Is it known to others?
Sort of. When he wants to be. Would you like to meet him?
Does he like music?
Probably. Do you like music? Yeah, he likes music.
He is here?
Always.
Want some pan flutes? Then we will meet and dance.
Says he likes pan flutes. Yeah. How about this? You come with me. I'll take you to the lake in the woods. You get to see the woods. Chicken gets to swim, and you can meet my friend.
Does Zephyr own the woods?
No. Do you? No. Right? Right. No.
And back behind it, but there's nothing there, right?
Yeah, there's nothing there.
I will be able to leave. Yes?
The woods? Yeah. The island? Sure. Whichever. Yeah. You're not a prisoner.
Right. Okay.
She goes with you towards the woods, and you reach that threshold that you haven't gone beyond yet. How is this experience for Weston?
It is deeply unpleasant. He feels a bit foggy-headed as he crosses the threshold. Vision blurs a little bit. There's a little bit of a drunken stumble before he corrects himself and draws a uneven breath, keeping close sight of Delphine, even as much to she's shorter than he is now. To be within touching distance. He's got his hand on her shoulder and is on high alert, very tense.
Chicken stays with you, on guard too, but just because you seem to be more than he thinks that there's a threat. He wants to make you feel safe. She walks across that threshold. Chicken is waiting to see if you do.
Well, I haven't tried this yet, so I'm going to try it. I guess her moving past the length of my arms enough to pull me in. There still is some unsteadiness as he follows her deeper in.
Yeah, of course.
And he does periodically check to see what is around him, if there's any changes, there are any shifts of light, or if suddenly we're in summer, or if the winter is around the corner.
You step across that threshold and walk into the woods. The temperature doesn't change, the season doesn't change. It smells good, it smells familiar. And she leads you through the trees, and she leads you down this winding path. And as you walk through, you see creatures you haven't seen either before in a long time. You see badgers and foxes that are so happy. You see birds, you see snails, you see all sorts of insects and creatures living harmoniously within this wood. And after about 30, 40 feet, you reach a clearing that is this massive crystalline lake The sun is reflecting across it beautifully, and it smells good. What would you like to do?
I just search. Just a visual sweep.
You take a look around. I'll get you to make a perception check or investigation, whichever you prefer.
Just a perception. Just a look.
That is one hell of a look. With a nat 20, with a total of 25, you can see everything. You see the creatures, some of them walking up to drink from the lake, a beautiful deer. You see the birds flying overhead, some bigger, some smaller. You see a beautiful array of insects that are floating above the lake. Things you haven't seen maybe before. These little, tiny little creatures that are floating around in circles around the lake. And you see sitting at about 60 foot tall on the ridge, a large blue figure. And he looks down towards you and he smiles. He takes a deep, deep breath, slow and steady. As you hear his voice, it echoes through this place. It bounces off the trees, and it is something that's a little bit different to you.
It's nice to finally meet you, Westland.
Different to the deep, dark voice you heard in your dream.
It is different.
Mm-hmm. This is more present and with you. The other one was mental. This is physical. And it's definitely a different voice. Despite what my modulator might say.
Who the fuck are you?
Probably the only thing older than you.
But we can pick that up next week, John.
Oh my god.
We're gonna stop it there, my friends. And we will
two
pick
more
up
classes.
here.
That was
Yeah. We'll go back to our classes. We're gonna stop there. We will pick this up next week on this moment. Hopefully with Richard. We're not sure if he's back straight away next week or if he wants a little bit more time off. If he wants a bit more time off, that's perfectly fine. Please hear me. If you want time off, Richard, take it.
Yeah,
he is like,
can't get that man to
I-
sleep.
yeah.
Not mine.
He's wild. But we'll have a conversation about this in just a few minutes. For those on YouTube, it will be on an episode straight after this episode. It uploads like 15 minutes later. But thank you guys so much for all the support and love. We really, really appreciate you. We will catch you next week for more Wandering Isles. We will catch you tomorrow for Kian's interview. I will catch you Friday to show you some behind the scenes on minis and how we make them. Thank you so much. We love you all very, very much. Thank you for joining us. Have a good week. Bye. Bye.